Ready to watch this game as we take a look at the series history. The Sooners have won 2 straight and 12 of the last 14 games since 2003. Last year, Oklahoma won the game 38-20 in Norman.
Well, Mike Gundy going over to shake hands with special guests, and we'll get him here, I know, briefly.
All right.
Okay, here is the Cowboys head coach, Mike Gundy, with the final word.
Beautiful day, man. Doesn't get any better than this. Our guys are fired up. We're excited. We're ready to roll.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
All right, for the final time, pregame, let's send it upstairs. The voice of the Cowboys, Dave Hunziker, John Holcomb, Britt Lockhart, our entire team to bring this Bedlam game on this great Saturday afternoon in the great state of Oklahoma.
And a great rivalry it is. And the Cowboys will kick off, giving Oklahoma the football to begin the game. Baker Mayfield, we should point out, has not lost a true road game as the quarterback at the University of Oklahoma. He's 12-0 in road games, and he's performed very well on the road, completing 72% of his passes in games away from Norman, averaging 340 yards passing per game in those road contests. Of course, 2-time first-team All-Big 12 selection will lead the offense onto the field once we get underway here today. But first things first, Matt Amendola will kick off for Oklahoma State. He'll kick it off from left to right. Sutton and Badette are deep to return for Oklahoma. And the kick is underway. End-over-end kick, fielded in the end zone. Sutton catches it, takes a knee, accepts a touchback, and the Sooners will begin 1st and 10 from their own 25. Today's opening drive brought to you by Northern Oklahoma College. Let the start of your drive toward a successful career begin at Northern Oklahoma College with the NOC OSU Gateway program. Visit them at gateway.okstate.edu to apply. Northern Oklahoma College, 3 locations and 1 amazing experience.
Look for Oklahoma to try to grab the early momentum, maybe show you something they haven't shown you, and take a little bit of steam out of this Cowboy defense, which has played so well over the last 3 games.
Rodney Anderson gets a start at tailback coming off a 181-yard game against Texas Tech last week. Dimitri Flowers is the fullback to Mayfield's right, who's in the shotgun. 2 wide right, 1 left. First offensive play of the game coming up. And there's movement on the line as the snap is made, and I think it's a false start on Oklahoma. Boy, already a skirmish between Jordan Brailford, the defensive end on the right side, and the left tackle Orlando Brown, the highly regarded OU offensive lineman. That didn't take long.
False start. Offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Dave, you remember last year when Oklahoma had the momentum in the second half and Orlando Brown picked up a personal foul penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct? We thought that gave the Cowboys a window to get back in it. Unfortunately, they weren't able to take advantage.
On 1st and 15, Mayfield swings it out of the backfield to Anderson, and Anderson makes a catch on the right side and is dump trucked down out at the original line of scrimmage at the 25-yard line by A.J. Green. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
That's a good play by Green because he's the only guy out there to make the play.
And a quick snap and a handoff off left guard and nowhere to go. Anderson dropped in the backfield for a 1-yard loss by Jordan Brailford. It'll be 3rd down and 11 for Oklahoma from its own 24.
Well, that's huge from Brailford, beating his man all over Anderson. He had no room to run.
And the last 4 opponents, Oklahoma State has held them to 5 of 34 on 3rd down and long. Oklahoma's a 46% 3rd down conversion team, but the Cowboys have really improved on these 3rd and long situations. It's an empty backfield with 3 wide to the right and 2 left.
Watch Andrews, the tight end. He's the inside receiver on the right.
3rd and 11, Oklahoma. Mayfield gets a shotgun snap, a 3-man rush. He fires far side. It's intercepted by A.J. Green. Green coming to the near side, to the 30, and dump truck down at the Oklahoma 28-yard line.
Mayfield threw it into a crowd. There were 3 black jerseys over in front of his target, and A.J. Green read that perfectly.
The 3rd interception in 2 games for A.J. Green. And the Cowboys will take over 1st and 10 at the Oklahoma 28. What a start for the Cowboy defense. And for Baker Mayfield, just his 4th interception thrown all year. in 238 attempts. From the loaded gun, stacked to the left, Cowboys 1st and 10. Rudolph takes the ball, hands it off to Justice Hill. Off right tackle, he spins to the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Pistols firing. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. There's a flag down at the 13-yard line, and we'll see if this is coming back as Hill went down the right sideline. It may be. Don't want to remind you of the last time the Cowboys busted their first offensive snap for a touchdown run in Bedlam. That was 2013 when Desmond Rowland went about 60 yards for a TD, and that was a sign of bad things to come on that
holding
November
offense.
Day.
Number 28, 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, 1st down.
Cold December day in 2013, I should say. But even after the penalty, though, the ball will be placed. It was a flag at the 13-yard line. It'll go back to the OU 23, so it'll be 1st and 5. You know, one thing is Deon Amati and I were reviewing video this morning. It's been a bit of a bugaboo for Oklahoma, at least it seemed in video we were watching. There are times they haven't tackled very well, John.
No.
They didn't tackle well there.
No, not against Texas Tech in the first quarter last week. They've had problems with that off and on all year.
So it's 1st and 5 from the OU 23 as Rudolph takes the ball, hands it off to Hill, right side, cuts back, center of the field, slips a tackle at the 22, and dropped down at just beyond the 22. He got a yard. It's 2nd down and 4. Monty Bledsoe made the stop for the Sooners, and the Cowboys will snap it quick. Split backs, 2nd and 4 from the OU 18. Rudolph, play action pass, fires over the middle and throws high, incomplete. And a flag comes down. We'll have pass interference against James Washington. The sophomore Parnell Motley was there too soon.
Nice job of giving Mayfield time. He had time and wasn't rushed. Washington is about as demonstrative as we've seen him in his career so far, Dave. He's really fired up.
Pass interference. Defense, number 11. Spot foul, automatic, 1st down.
Well, Oklahoma last week gave up 20 points in the first quarter to Texas Tech. They fell behind early at K-State 21-7 2 weeks ago. The Cowboys, after an early interception by A.J. Green, chance to score here. And Tevin Jenkins now in the game wearing number 97. He is lined up as a tight end on the left side. He's never played tight end before. This is a wrinkle for this game. Rudolph in the shotgun on 1st and 10 from the OU 11, takes a snap, hands it off to Hill, off right tackle, and Hill gets a yard down to about the Sooner 10. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Let's go down to Robert.
Just going to say on Jenkins, Dave, we saw him in practice do this week. He won't do it all the time, but he's in there for 2 reasons. To give a little extra run support to one side, and also he'll be shaded in pass situations toward 31, Okoronkwo, to give him another obstacle to get around to get to Mason.
3-man front for Oklahoma. 2nd and 9 from the Sooner 10. Rudolph gets a shotgun snap. Hands it off to Hill up the middle, and he's stuffed at the line of scrimmage. In fact, he may have lost a yard back to the 11-yard line. Kenneth Murray, the middle linebacker, true freshman, with the tackle for the Sooners. Be 3rd down and 10 coming up for the Pokes at the OU 11. 12:34 left in the first, and the Cowboys with a scoring opportunity after an interception by A.J. Green brought the ball to the Sooner 28.
For momentum's sake, you really need to figure a way to get this in the end zone.
So now 4 men on the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10 from the OU 11. Rudolph takes the ball, fakes a handoff, back to pass, throws near side, and throws wide of Dylan Stoner, incomplete.
And he had pressure coming. Caleb Kelly, the linebacker, coming off that edge, I think got in Mason Rudolph's throwing lane.
So Matt Amendola, who's had some issues with short field goals, in fact, he's missed 3 times from inside 30 yards, will attempt a 29-yarder. But this one, in contrast to those misses, is from the center of the field, so that might help him out. Zach Seiner's a holder. Try to give the Cowboys the early lead. Snap back, ball down. The kick is on the way, and the kick is good. So with 12:07 left to play in the first, Oklahoma State has scored first. After the A.J. Green interception, the Cowboys get 3 points and take a 3-0 lead over the Oklahoma Sooners.
Oklahoma has to feel pretty good about being put in that kind of a situation that early and not giving up the big score.
Yeah, great job in sudden change, without a doubt. Amendola kicking off. Sutton is the deep man standing at the goal line just to the right of the right hash. And Amendola strikes this one. A shorter kick, and Sutton fields it center of the field at the 1. Straight ahead out to the 10. Flag goes down, and Sutton on the loose to the 25-30. And Sutton, left sideline 45 to midfield. Tackle from behind at the Cowboy 46, but a flag is down way back at the 13-yard line. That's got to be something on Oklahoma. And Mike DeFee says, come on back here, fellas. Motioning back. We have 2 high school officials here in the booth with us here, and so they'll help us out. Our good friends Don Schieber and Jim Unruh.
Illegal wedge formation on the receiving tee. 3 people coming together, advancing up the field. It's a 15-yard or half the distance to the goal from the spot of the foul. First down.
You know what, guys? When that flag came out that soon, we should have known that's what that was.
Yeah, because
that's
it was that early.
Rule.
Yeah.
That's the new rule they put in. What's that been, 4 or 5 years ago, Robert? It's been a while.
I thought it, yeah, maybe 3 years.
We're watching the replay. There it is. There's 3 guys together. That's a foul. You can't do that. You can have 2, but you can't have 3, and they're almost holding hands. Well, that's a dead giveaway. They talked about that at the clinic. If they get together and they're like all wedged like that, that's an easy one. So mistake by the Sooners. It benefits Oklahoma State. OU will start after the penalty. 1st and 10 from its own 7.
And the Cowboy defense again ready to put some pressure on this OU offense, but you're going to get in one-on-one situations. How good can your one-on-one tackles be when you got them in space?
3 down linemen for Oklahoma State. 3 wide left and 1 right. 1st and 10 OU from its own 7. Mayfield receives a shotgun snap. Hands it off to Adams, off right guard. Adams out to the 10 and tackled thereafter a 3-yard gain. He's averaging a crazy 10 yards per carry on the year. Quentin Osborne brought him down. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
Dave, they've been able to get a lot from different guys. Rodney Anderson has been the star the last couple of games, but Trey Sermon, the freshman, had been big early. I don't know that he played more than 1 snap last week, though.
Didn't have a carry in the game against Texas Tech, as a matter of fact. 2nd and 7, OU from its own 10. Mayfield gets the ball, back to pass, steps up, throws it deep down the far side, and the pass is incomplete. Andrews had a hand on it at the OU 35, and it was going to be a big play, but the pass was just slightly overthrown. Boy, Andrews almost hauled it in, though, and that's a dodged bullet by the Cowboys. It'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Sooners.
Double move from Andrews on the outside, and if Mayfield puts air under that ball and lets him run under it, it's a touchdown, or at least it's a deep gain. He faked the out and went up.
3rd down and 7. Oklahoma from its own 10. Cowboys lead 3-0. 11:22 left in the first. 2 wide left, 1 right. Flowers a wing on the left side. Now he comes out, lined up as a receiver, and Mayfield gets the ball, throws a screen out to the near side. The pass is dropped. Now it's fumbled. The Cowboys scoop it up and run it into the end zone. Pistols firing. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. Calvin Bundage.
Flowers just bobbled the ball. Whitener got in the middle of it and helped disrupt things.
Did he complete the process of making the catch, John? I think this might be an incompletion. I don't know if he secured the catch.
Recovered for a touchdown.
We've got an opportunity to look at the play again here in the booth, and we'll try to walk you through what we see. I'll be stunned if this doesn't go to further review, because I don't know if he completed the process of the catch. It was a screen pass out to the left to Abdul Adams. Or was it a backward pass? That's another element here.
He's got it, Dave. He's got it.
Yes, he did.
And he just, as he turns to put it in his left arm, it just pops out.
Yes, he did. He made a football move, without a doubt. So that's a touchdown. How about that?
The ruling on the field was a completed catch and a fumble for a touchdown. That plays under further review.
You know, and if you want to look at the common ingredients, Robert, before we get to you, Oklahoma State against teams ranked in the top 9 in college football. It's 4-5 in the last 9 games against them. Common denominators in those wins, at least 2 touchdown plays of 30 yards or more. No turnovers by Oklahoma State in 2 of those wins, and they forced at least 1 drop-dead turnover by the opponent in all 4 of those wins. We've got the first one already, so one of those conditions already met Looks like Bundage has got a fumble return for a touchdown. Let's go down to Robert.
All right, again, because of the ruling on the field, this needs to be irreversible. We're watching it in the stands here, and it looks like he took steps, guys. He tucked it.
Yeah, he tried to tuck it and switch it.
Guys, Billy Labini not suited up. It is the same lower extremity injury. I thought he might go today. Checked with Scott Parker. He said, no, we just didn't feel comfortable with it. So Billy Labini in street clothes, guys, on the bench.
Okay, thank you. You know, also, I'm not sure, and I'm not sure either way, whether it was a forward pass or not.
I think it was.
It was,
because
okay.
he was back behind the 5 when he let it go, he was behind the 5, and he catches it at about the 5.
Okay.
I just don't think there's enough to change the call on the field.
It appeared to me that he had secured it and made a football move, which completes the process of the catch. So I think this will be confirmed, I think. But I certainly wasn't surprised that it was reviewed. So let me tell you what's happened here. We've had what's ruled to be a catch by Abdul Adams and a fumble, which was recovered by Oklahoma State's Calvin Bundage and run 5 yards into the end zone for a touchdown. If that play stands or is confirmed, it'll be 9-0 Oklahoma State as we await the extra point. If they were to change this and deem it incomplete, it would be 4th down for Oklahoma from its own 10, 4th and 7. Okay, Robert, it's yours.
Hey, as long as this review goes the way you want it to go, obviously, this review is positive. Remember, the defense has been on the field almost exclusively since the start of the game. They're over here watering, trying to get them to sit down. They're all keyed up, but you're getting a little bit of a break for your defense in a situation where they've played the entire game so far almost.
I'll be honest, though, the length of this review is making me a little bit nervous, guys.
Well, here we go.
All right.
After reviewing the play, the receiver never established firm possession of the ball. It's an incomplete pass. It's 4th down and 6 at the 11-yard line. Please set the game clock to 11:18.
All right, let me share one thing that I probably should have said before. Is when we saw that initial replay, we saw it in slow motion. Slow motion makes it look like everything happened in real time. And one thing Walt Anderson talks about at the clinic is be wary of slow motion because it'll make things appear to be something that they're not. So Oklahoma will punt on 4th and 7 from its own 10. Boy, that's a big play there. I think it could have gone either way. Austin Seibert will punt it away for the Sooners. He gets the ball, pressure up the middle, and he gets it away. A booming spiral. Angling toward the left side. Fair catch called for and made by Dylan Stoner at the Cowboy 36.
So that would lead me to believe that the officials felt like their call on the field was correct, but I would imagine most of the time they feel that way, Dave.
It was awfully close.
Yeah, you wanted the officials to feel that way, too.
Sure. So it's 1st and 10 for the Cowboys from their own 36. That doesn't diminish another good defensive stand by the Pokes. And Rudolph gets the ball. Back to pass. Under pressure. Throws over the middle, and it's overthrown. Incomplete. Marcel Aitman fell down at midfield making his cut. Boy, and Rudolph was getting heavy pressure from Okoronkwo from the right side of the Oklahoma defensive line. It'll be 2nd and 10. And Aaron Cochran, the Cal transfer, has really got his work cut out for him today. And that brings Tevin Jenkins out there at tight end now to see if he can help out Cochran blocking the OU defensive end, who probably is going to be a first-round draft pick.
Sooners pretty much 4-down linemen with Obo on that left side.
And Jenkins again wearing number 97, a tight end to the left as Rudolph takes the ball, hands it off to Hill. Hill comes back center of the field to the 39, falls forward to the 40. Gain of 4, it'll be 2nd down and 6. Caleb Kelly, the linebacker, made the stop. 3rd down and 6, rather, Oklahoma State from its own 40. 3-0 Cowboys at the 10:48 mark of the first quarter.
Jenkins comes out. 3rd down package in defensively for Oklahoma.
Loaded gun stacked right with a fullback and tailback. 2 wide right, 1 left, 3rd and 6. Rudolph play action pass, throws near side, throws high, incomplete. Intended for James Washington at midfield on the out route. It's a 3 and out for the Cowboy offense, and Zach Seiner will be in to punt. Let's go down to Robert.
Hey guys, they have got to use Cowboy back. They've got to use their regular back. They have got to shade protection to 31. This happened in the second half last year in the game in Norman, and it's starting off that way. You have got to find some way to handle 31.
Yeah, it's what happened. What's happened the last 2 years, Robert? C.D. Lamb deep to return Zach Seiner's punt. Signer looking for redemption after a tough week last week, and this is a line drive spiral down the center of the field taken by Lamb at the 20, out to the 25, spins to the 27, and tackled at the 29. That was a 40-yard punt by Signer, and we have a time. 10-17 left in the first. It's 3-0 Oklahoma State over Oklahoma. From the pistol, 2 wide to each side. Oklahoma does not have a first down yet. The Cowboys have only one, and that was via penalty. Rodney Anderson, the tailback in the formation. 1st and 10 from the Sooner 29. Mayfield takes the ball, hands it off to Anderson up the middle. Anderson plows his way out to the 35, carrying tacklers to the 38, and he falls down just shy of the first down at about the 38.5. Trey Flowers made the stop, trying to strip him. 2nd down, short. Hand off to Anderson, off right guard, hit at the line of scrimmage, and he bulls his way forward for a first down out to near the 40, a gain of 1, and the first down for the Sooners, the first of the game for Oklahoma.
A lot more that Oklahoma feels like it can put in the playbook from this spot of the field. Cowboys do not have to deal with Mark Andrews right now, I don't think, unless he's attached on the right side.
They have 3 wide left. Mayfield to the shotgun, 1st and 10 for the 40. Mayfield gets a snap, looks near side, throws near side. It's caught at midfield, and Jones falling down at the Cowboy 49. Gain of 11, first down Oklahoma. So the Sooners coming to life offensively here. 2 wide right, 1 left. From the split diamond, 1st and 10 Oklahoma from the Cowboy 49. Mayfield takes the ball, fakes a handoff, back to pass, looks, goes deep down the near side, wide open. Flowers makes a catch to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown Oklahoma. The defender fell down, and that's a 49-yard touchdown throw to Dimitri Flowers to put the Sooners on the board.
Exactly right. I think that was Trey Flowers who just lost his footing because he was stride for stride with Dimitri Flowers, Flowers on Flowers, and unfortunately for the Cowboys, Trey was the one who just stumbled.
So at 9:03 left in the first, the Sooners take the lead. Austin Seibert on for the PAT to try to make it a 7-3 Sooner advantage, where the Cowboys had some opportunities early and tough breaks. Snap back, ball down. Seibert's kick on the way is good. So at 9:03 left to play in the first, Oklahoma has taken the lead. 49-yard touchdown pass. Baker Mayfield to Dimitri Flowers, and the Sooners lead at 7-3 here in Stillwater. Clouds overhead after a foggy morning in Stillwater. It's sunny and very pleasant here as Seibert boots it away, and that one's headed out of the end zone for a touchback. Cowboys will start 1st and 10 from their own 25.
Dave, the one thing if you're the Cowboys that you cannot spend any time thinking about is, dang, we should have been up 14-0 before that play. That cannot be a part of your thought process at all. You have to go back out here, figure out the best way to neutralize what Oklahoma is doing with Okoronkwo from his right defensive end kind of stand-up spot. He's came into the year, I believe, listed as a linebacker, but really he's most effective when he's rushing off that right side, as we've seen already.
Kind of a Derek Thomas kind of guy,
Exactly.
If you're an old-time football fan. And he's really good. He leads the Big 12, 7 sacks. Rudolph gets a shotgun snap, play action pass, throws near side, pass is knocked away, incomplete.
It was tipped, I think, right before it got to Tyron Johnson. That's a long pass to throw across the field. Parnell Motley, I think, is the one who got a little piece of it right before it grazed off of Johnson's hands.
And Rudolph is 0 for 4 to start the game.
Okoronkwo was getting close to Mason on that particular throw. He just let it go quickly enough.
2nd and 10, Oklahoma State from its own 25. Kleske coming in motion, 1 of 3 wide to the right as Mason gets a shotgun snap, has time, back to pass. Throws it deep down the middle for Tyron Johnson. He makes a catch to the OU 30, 25-20, hesitates, cuts back, spins, and is tackled at the Sooner 15-yard line. That's the biggest play in the young Cowboy career for LSU transfer Tyron Johnson. It takes the ball to the Sooner 15, where it'll be 1st and 10.
Little post pattern. And a great job by the offensive line of giving Mason Rudolph plenty of time to let that play develop. You had Jenkins in there again as the tight end blocking. And from the inside receiver spot, he runs the post. And nice job.
60-yard completion. 1st and 10 from the OU 15. That breathes some life into the crowd here at Boone Pickett Stadium. 3 wide right. Rudolph takes the ball, fakes a handoff, looks near side, throws over the middle, and passes incomplete. Nearly caught with one hand by James Washington at the OU 8. Boy, Rudolph is really trying to thread a tight window there.
Oh, he had Caleb Kelly, the linebacker, right on top of him, just waiting for him. I think Mason made that fake so quickly, I think he was waiting for an OU defender to overreact. And that's what, because Washington just stood there.
Now, you may be right. Full diamond now with a pair of fullbacks and Hill, the tailback. 2nd and 10 for the OU 15. Rudolph takes a snap, fakes, throws over the middle, incomplete. And a flag comes down. We'll have pass interference on Oklahoma for the 2nd time here in the 1st quarter. Jordan Thomas tripped up Chris Lacey on a little slant route. That'll give the Cowboys a 1st down.
Pass interference. Defense, number 7. Spot foul, automatic. 1st down.
Yeah, he didn't trip him up. He just pulled him down.
Well, if he's beat, you know, it's not necessarily a bad play. If he's beat to the inside, he's got no help, make him earn it.
So it's 1st and goal from the OU 7. Cowboys trail 7-3 as we approach the midway point of the 1st. 1st and goal now from the 6, actually. Hand off to Hill up the middle. Hill plunges through a tackle at the 2 and falls down at the 1. Good hard running by the sophomore. Justice Hill out of Booker T. Washington in Tulsa. Gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1. Tevin Jenkins comes in wearing number 97. He's the no-name guy out there. Does not have the nameplate on the back of his jersey, which was specially prepared for him today. That was a change they made this week to use him as a tight end to help out the Cal transfer, Aaron Cochran. By nature, by natural position, he's a tackle. 2nd and goal from about the 1. Rudolph fakes a handoff, keeps it running right, trying to spin toward the end zone, and he falls down a yard shy of the goal line. Picked up about a half yard. It'll be 3rd and goal from there. DJ Ward, the defensive end, made the stop.
And Ward was not fooled at all. The Cowboys had fooled Texas Tech and West Virginia by faking it, loading it up on the left side, and Mason faking the handoff and keeping it. But DJ Ward was right there. It was a nice job by Rudolph of being able to pick up a yard.
Well, the Cowboys were stopped at the OU 11 on their 1st possession after an A.J. Green interception. Had to settle for a field goal. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 1, and Coach Gundy wants a timeout.
Oklahoma State takes its 1st time out of the half. 30 seconds.
So he was going to get his timeout this time.
Now, what do you do here? 3rd and goal from the 1. It'll be a full diamond. Sione Fine-Feyuiaki coming in, and Jenkins will come out. Britton Abbott is the other fullback. Washington is wide to the right, Aitman wide left.
Being guarded by Thomas on that left side, too.
And Aitman with a height advantage over there at 6'4". They've got 2 defenders over toward Washington. 3rd and goal from the 1. Rudolph gets the ball, throws a fade toward the far corner of the end zone, and the leaping catch is made by Aitman. Pistols firing. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. Marcel Aitman.
No hesitation. When they saw the 2 defenders shaded to Washington's side, you like the size advantage, Dave. You mentioned Aitman's size being a big factor, and Thomas, frankly, has been picked on a lot by teams this season. He's excellent staying with his man, but the ball skills, that's what's gotten him into trouble and why he's been beaten.
And Marcel Aitman, his first love was basketball. He played that ball like a basketball player would grab a rebound. His dad, Ron Aitman, was a Division I basketball player at Western Illinois. So he knows all about how to grab it off the glass, and he used that basketball skill there to take it away from Thomas and give Oklahoma State the lead back here. Amendola on for the PAT to try to make it 10-7 Cowboys. Well, that was a big answer, John. Snap back, ball down, the kick is on the way, and the kick is good. So with 7:01 left to play in the 1st, Oklahoma State has regained the lead, 10-7 over Oklahoma, John.
You know who called that play? The timeout makes it clear. The head coach called that one.
Amendola kicking off from left to right. Sutton and Anderson deep to return, and Amendola strikes it. This one comes back down to earth at the 1, right side, taken by Sutton, straight ahead to the 15 and popped down at the 20.
I think of Ramon Richards, or who was that with Ramon down there?
Might have been Kirk Tucker too, John.
Yeah.
So Oklahoma begins 1st and 10 from its own 20. Let us know via Twitter, wherever you're listening to the game today. We've got troops listening, serving our country in Afghanistan. We've heard from the Los Angeles International Airport. Glad you're with us. It's a spectacular Bedlam Saturday. So many times when the Cowboys play the Sooners, the weather stinks. It's not been the case today. It's been wonderful. After a very foggy morning.
How about all the action we've had in the first 8 minutes of the game?
Oh, yeah, on both sides of the ball. Trey Sermon, the true freshman, in as a tailback from the pistol. 1st and 10 Sooners at their own 20. 2 wide left, 1 right. And Mason gets a snap, fakes a handoff. Looking left, now looks back right, flushed, scrambling right, and just throws it away way down the field toward the Sooner bench. Incomplete.
Smart pressure there. I think it was Walter Scheid that might have been getting back in that backfield. No, it was Whitener that was putting the pressure on Mayfield, but didn't overcommit.
10-7, Oklahoma State leading with 6:49 left in the first.
They ran 2 deep routes off the left side, and that's initially where Mayfield was looking. And then he had Andrews as kind of his go-to, that he didn't have time to get set and put it on the money.
Empty backfield, 3 wide left, 2 right. 2nd and 10. Mayfield throws an inside screen. It's caught. Coming across the field to the 25. A flag is down, and so is Marquise Brown on the left hash at about the 27. A gain of 7, but a flag is down.
I think Bundage may have jumped offside. I think he got in a little early.
I think you're right. So it'll either be 2nd and 5 or 3rd and about 3. If they decline it, it'll be 3rd and 3. If they take the penalty, it'll be 2nd and 5.
Offside. Defense, number 1. In the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty. Replay. 2nd down.
Michael Jones comes back in off the OU sideline. So the Cowboys counter. They've got Edison Magruder in, and Walter Scheid comes out with 4 receivers. Cowboys have the extra defensive back.
And 2 receivers to each side. Now Jones comes over tight to the formation, as does Andrews. The inside receivers to each side. From the pistol, 2nd and 5, OU from its own 25. Mayfield takes a handoff, rolls out near side, throws it deep down the middle for Andrews. He makes a catch at the Cowboy 35, inside the 30, the 25, and tackled from behind by Trey Flowers at the 20-yard line. 55-yard completion, 1st down Oklahoma.
Got behind the defense. Edison Magruder may have gotten sucked up thinking it was a run.
And Mayfield back to pass again. He pumps, he looks right. Directing traffic, scrambling right, steps up, now throws right side. Pass is caught at the 15, right sideline to the 12, and tackled out of bounds is Marquise Brown at the Cowboy 11, a gain of 9.
Mayfield buying time once again.
(10-7) Oklahoma State, but Oklahoma a 2nd and 1 from the OSU 11 here with 5:38 left in the first. Glenn Spencer talked about after they hit some of those big plays, you got to hold them to some field goals. Backs are split, 2nd and 1. Mayfield rolling out, throws right side, incomplete. Sort of rode his tailback Sermon up near the line of scrimmage and tried to pull it and throw it. It's incomplete. 3rd down and 1 for the Sooners at the Cowboy 11. With maybe the nation's best offensive line, they feel good about trying that play on 2nd downs. They figure they've got two downs to get a yard, they can get it.
Well, and Sermon, their back in there, is probably their most physical back, even though he's their youngest.
Yeah, and he's the heaviest of those backs at 222 pounds. That's right. Mayfield's up under center now, as a matter of fact. Three tight ends, 3rd and 1. Hand off to Sermon, off right guard. He's got the first down and more. Down to the 7 and drags tacklers to the 5. A gain of 6. A 1st and goal for the Sooners. As you would expect, Oklahoma very good in the red zone, John. In fact, they're 2nd, I believe, in the nation in red zone TD percentage. They score touchdowns on 73% of their red zone trips.
They're going to line up here with Sermon. It's kind of like in a bunch on the right side, on the wing.
And 2 wide receivers tight to the formation. On the other side, it's a jet flip, near side, turn to corner to the 2, inside the 1, and into the end zone for an Oklahoma touchdown. Jeff Badette, the Kentucky transfer, with the 5-yard TD.
The Cowboys had numbers on that side, but Badette has the speed. He's probably the quickest of the receivers for Oklahoma. And they had a couple of guys lined up on the side. Andrews does a nice job with a block. And Ramon Richards got an angle on him, but could only get an hand on his shoulder pad. Wasn't enough.
Well, the long completions to Andrews is what's been the key for Oklahoma so far.
Badette goes over to the sideline, and he's kind of favoring his right arm, right hand maybe. And he might have gotten that ball inside the pylon, but they're looking at it to make sure.
Correct me if I'm wrong, John. I think Badette's had some injury issues with the knee in particular.
Up.
Did the ball get
it got in.
Across the pylon? It did. It's touchdown. Ball was well into the end zone on the goal line side of the pylon when he went across the goal line. Seibert in for the PAT, snap back, ball down, kick on the way, and the kick is good. 4:45 left in the first. Oklahoma has regained the lead, 14-10 over Oklahoma.
Yards. He had a 15-yarder there. Also had that 28-yard touchdown called back after the interception by A.J. Green on Oklahoma's first possession.
2 wide to the right, McCleskey and Washington. Single receiver left. McCleskey goes in motion in front of Rudolph, and Mason gets the ball, back to pass, dumps it off over the middle. It's caught, no, dropped by Fine Feyuiaki out at the 31-yard line. Would have been about a 6-yard gain, and now instead you're behind the chain, 2nd and 10.
Oklahoma with a 3-man front this time. They brought extra pressure.
2 wide left and 1 right. From the loaded gun, stacked to the left with Fine Feyuiaki and Justice Hill. 2nd and 10. And it's a draw play handoff to Hill. Hill running right, out to the 29, and tackled at the 30, a gain of 5. It'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Pokes.
That time they lined up Okoronkwo on the left side.
He's lined up on the left again for a 3rd and 5, a handoff to Hill. Hill running between the tackles out to the 33, stopped at the 34, about a yard shy of the first down. Be 4th and about 1. Going to assume a punt here.
They're thinking about it.
Punt team coming out.
Yeah, now they're down to 20 on the play clock. Should be enough time, but again, your execution here, you need great execution, and Signer needs a little more air into this one.
Yeah, his first punt was a big-time line drive. C.D. Lamb, the freshman, deep to return for Oklahoma at the Sooner 24. Good snap. Signer hits wobbly spiral down the center of the field. Lamb calls for a fair catch and makes it at the Sooner 21. That's a 45-yard punt with no return. And with 3:30 left to play in the first quarter, Oklahoma with the ball and a 14-10 lead over Oklahoma State.
Now that pressure flips to your defense this time, Dave, to avoid giving up the big play, the big pass plays. That one on the last drive to Andrews, the one prior to that for the touchdown to Dimitri Flowers. Mayfield, 6 of 11 for 134 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception so far.
Back split. Single receivers to each side. A tight end on the left side is Flowers. Two tailbacks in the backfield with Mayfield. Cowboys come with pressure. Mayfield hands it off. Sermon up the gut, out to the 25. A flag is down. Sermon is down at the 27, a gain of 6.
Well, the flag is down because Bundage tried to guess the snap again, this time coming from the left side of the defense.
Offside. Defense, number 1, in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty, replay first down.
So they'll mark off 5 yards out to the 26, where it'll be 1st and 5. .316 left in the first. It's 14-10 Oklahoma. 2 wide to the right, 1 left. From the split diamond now, Flowers is the fullback. That's Dimitri Flowers to Mayfield's right. Tailback is Sermon, the freshman. Mayfield gets the ball, fakes a handoff, fires over the middle. He throws high, incomplete. Intended for the true tight end, Grant Calcaterra, true freshman. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for the Sooners.
Cowboys rushed 5. They brought one of the linebackers. I think Whitener kind of circled around to the right side. But he was not a factor, but still I think he had enough guys pushing up the middle that might have helped contribute to that ball being thrown a little high.
Four-man front for the Pokes. 2nd and 5 Oklahoma from its own 26 from the pistol. Mayfield takes a snap, hands it off to Sermon, and he's smothered in the backfield for a 2-yard loss. Jordan Brailford came flying in there like he was shot out of a cannon. It'll be 3rd down and 7 for Oklahoma. Goodness, he got in there fast.
And he was unblocked. He was standing up on the rush edge on the right side.
Holy moly, that was something. 3rd down and 7, Oklahoma from its own 24. They have 4 wide receivers to the right and 1 to the left. Empty backfield now. Man in motion in front of Mayfield, and Mayfield gets a shotgun snap, rolls out right, throws right, pass is caught for a 1st down out at the 33-yard line by Michael Jones. It's a gain of 10 and a 1st down for the Sooners.
That's what a mobile quarterback allows you to do. Cowboys still trying to get in his face, but a little cross route.
So it's 1st and 10 for Oklahoma from its own 34. 14-10, Sooners lead with 2 minutes left in the first. 3 wide left and 1 to the right here. Sermon left of Mayfield, who's in the shotgun. Mayfield gets the ball, hands it off to Sermon, off right guard. He gets 1 out to the 36. Ran into a stack of guys led by DeQuinton Osborne. Cowboys senior, it'll be 2nd down and 9.
What you have to do with Sermon. You cannot let him get a head full of steam. You've got to get him stopped before he gets started. Now the Cowboys looking toward the bench to see personnel-wise what they're doing. Terrell Owens came on.
Second and 9. It's a jet flip. Now it's a reverse. Back to Mayfield. It's a flea flicker. He throws it deep down the near side. The pass is juggled, and it is caught at the Cowboy 48 by Trey Sermon out of the backfield. A defender was near the play but had his back turned. And boy, that went from nearly a big play by the defense to instead a 14-yard gain. Let's go down to Robert.
Yeah, it was Phillips, and he did a great job. And even going down, give Sermon credit, Dave, because Phillips had his hand on the ball trying to punch it out. Sermon kept a good grip on it and came down with it.
Well, they almost got Mayfield.
Yeah, came close to getting.
Almost got 2 guys in the backfield. 1st and 10 from the Cowboy 48. Mayfield, quick throw out to the far side. It's caught to the 40, down the right sideline, 35-30, 25-20, and out of bounds. Marquise Brown at the Cowboy 12-yard line. That's a gain of 36 and an Oklahoma 1st down on a little simple short pass out to the right.
But Trey Flowers with just enough on the angle to force him out of bounds. But this is a defense now that has faced a lot of plays in a short amount of time.
We're down to 22 seconds left in the first quarter. It's 14-10 Oklahoma, and the Sooners first and 10 from the Cowboy 12. Two wide left. Tight end to the right. Mayfield gets a snap, fakes a handoff, back to pass, fires toward the end zone. It's incomplete. And a flag goes down as it went off the hand of Andrews, far side of the end zone, and A.J. Green will probably be flagged for pass interference.
I think he had a hold of him as he broke that way.
There is no foul on the play for pass interference. Second down.
Wow. I thought he had more of a hold of him than he did. I guess that's exactly what the official thought too.
Oh boy, you're lucky there. He had his left arm wrapped around Andrews, kind of around his belly button area. He got lucky on that one.
Well, you know, Dave, it always looks different in slow motion. That's what we said earlier.
That's a good point. You're right. It's easy for us to see it.
Yeah.
Second and 10, OU from the Cowboy 12. Delayed handoff, Sermon up the middle, leaps over a defender to the 8, punched down at about the 7. Actually say he's down at the 8. It'll be 3rd and 6. That's the end of the first quarter. After one in Stillwater, number 5 Oklahoma leads number 11 Oklahoma State 14-10. So they switch ends. Oklahoma will go from left to right toward Gallagher-Iba Arena. This is a big play. 3rd and 5 Oklahoma at the Cowboy 7. One back set. Now Flowers in motion out to the left, and Mayfield gets a snap. He'll run a quarterback draw, running right. Mayfield turns a corner to the 5, diving toward the pylon, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Cowboy defender had a shot at him at the 5-yard line and couldn't get him down, and Oklahoma expands its lead.
It's just the athleticism from Mayfield.
Who was it that had a chance at him, John? Was it Justin Phillips?
I think it was Justin Phillips on that edge, Dave, but he never could get a good grasp at him. Looked like he had Mayfield kind of shut down, but Mayfield just kicked it into a little bit more of a gear to get around the corner and just inside the pylon.
You know, it's interesting what's happening here, and this is troubling, is some of the guys that have been really good playmakers for you have not been making some of the plays they've been making. That's a play Justin Phillips has made all year long. Cowboys safeties who have received some praise from opposing coaches in previous weeks have had their struggles so far here today. It's been a slow start for Mason Rudolph at quarterback, and that's you know, guys that have been making a lot of money plays for you so far in this game haven't been able to make some of those same plays.
Well, you got the 2 stops you thought early. You got the 2 quick stops, but could only have 3 points out of those first 2 stops.
Seibert on for the PAT, and it's good. With 14:53 left in the first half, Oklahoma has expanded its lead to 21-10 over Oklahoma State. 7-yard touchdown run by Baker Mayfield.
Obviously, Dave, you have to credit Mayfield for his ability, too. I mean, that's just
yes.
You know, a lot of quarterbacks can't make that play on that edge running away from a linebacker like that. Your AAA Insurance Drive summary. 9 plays, 79 yards, 337, 7-yard touchdown by Mayfield. 21-10 Oklahoma, 14:53 to go before halftime. AAA Insurance, AAA has you covered.
Let's go down to Robert.
Yeah, this defense has developed a lot of pride in what they've done so far this season. And as they were coming off, I mean, guys had their heads up, but Mike Gundy made a particular effort to get over to Justin Phillips. And I mean, he saw what you guys did. Phillips had a chance to get it, didn't get it. But you know what? There's a lot of other plays left to be made. So Mike went over there, put his arm around him, hugged him, said it's okay. So again, part of that attitude and body language on the bench area, because when you're down 21-10 to your rival, it can go the other way.
Absolutely. Seibert kicks off. Deep kick that goes 7 yards deep into the end zone and bounces out of the end zone for a touchback. So an important series coming up for the offense, and I guess, you know, the Cowboys have, I mentioned, maybe not made some of the plays they've made in other games today. You're playing, obviously, the number 5 team in the country that you've not seen anything like this season, and also makes you feel like at some point you will make those plays. Just maybe getting the tough ones out of the way now. But you're in a hole down 11 early in the second. 7 seconds into the second, as a matter of fact. 2 wide left and 1 right. From the loaded gun, stacked to the left. Rudolph gets a shotgun snap. Throws a screen out to the left flat, caught by Stoner, up the near sideline to the 30, and punched out of bounds at about the 32, a gain of 7. Will Johnson, the free safety, knocked him out of bounds. Second and 3, and Rudolph gets a snap back to pass. Throws it deep down the far side for James Washington, and he makes the catch inside the OU 20 and tackled at the 16-yard line. 52-yard completion. He beat Parnell Motley on the play, who actually grabbed him as he went down the field, and he still got there. First and 10 Cowboys at the Sooner 16. The Cowboys snap it quickly. A screen to the right. It's caught by Washington. Right sideline to the 10 and knocked hard out of bounds at about the 6. Kenneth Murray, the freshman, hit him hard. And did he get a first and goal? We'll see.
Well, they have not given it to him. Oh, they're gonna measure this.
Ball was placed at the 6. Some confusion about whether Washington got a first and goal.
The chains were not set properly. First down.
You know, you got a feel for these officials working in the Big 12 in these tempo offense situations. Holy moly.
Yeah.
They don't get paid enough. That's tough. Fast as they go. So it's first and goal for the Cowboys at the OU 6. Cowboys down 21-10 early in the second. Rudolph takes the ball, hands it off the Hill up the middle, and Hill bursts into the end zone. Pistols firing. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. Justice Hill.
There's a big answer from this offense. You get a big play, and then you're able to get it. Once you get in the red zone first and goal, you just go physical right up the middle. Quick score. Yeah, your defense might have liked a couple more minutes to take a deep breath or two, but you got it back to within potentially 4 with the extra point here.
Amendola on for the PAT. As the Shadows are low snap, ball down, kick on the way, and the kick is good. Boy, a little bit of an adventure there, but the Cowboys convert the PAT. And with 14:07 left to play in the first half, Oklahoma State has cut the OU lead to 21-7.
Practice, so this is not a shock or a surprise. I think most of the state that are orange and black worried about Mason's condition. Don't worry.
Amendola kicking off from right to left into the shadows of Boone Pickett Stadium, and this is a high end-over-end kick taken by Sutton, dead center of the field at the goal line. Coming out straight ahead to the 10. Slips a tackle for a moment at the 15, then stumbles down at the 16. He took the hit at about the 12, and Terrell Owens got enough of him to get him to fall down 4 yards up the field at the 16, where the Sooners will start first and 10.
That's great coverage by the special teams unit.
We're on pace for a final score somewhere in the range of 80-70. What everybody in America was expecting today of these two outstanding quarterbacks, among the best in college football, if not arguably the two best, depending on who you ask and what their criteria might be.
Andrews, the inside of two receivers, but he's way off the line to the right.
And two wide left. Rodney Anderson is a tailback to Mayfield's right. First and 10 Sooners at their own 16. Mayfield takes a snap, back to pass, pumps, throws over the middle, pass is caught. Across the field to the 30, 35, 40. Brown down the left sideline, and he's gone. 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Oklahoma, 84 yards.
Brown was the wide receiver split wide to the right. He just ran right inside, a little slant, got separation from the defender, and then just turned on the speed.
Boy, and you could see the seam when he made the catch. You're like, that's trouble.
Edison Magruder, the safety, cheated over to his left but got himself out of the middle of the field.
And the extra point by Seibert is good. Timeout, 13:50 left in the first half.
He's been rushed. He's still been able to buy enough time to either throw it away and live another play. Cowboys, meanwhile, cannot feel the pressure to do too much right now, but you do need to answer.
Two wide to each side. Justice Hill to the left of Rudolph. 1st and 10 OSU at its own 25. Man in motion. Bundage, or rather, Bekleski goes behind Rudolph. It's a handoff to Hill going the other direction to the right. And he gets 2 out to the 27. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Kenneth Mann made the play, defensive end. The Cowboys will snap it quickly. 2 wide to each side. From the right hash, Rudolph gets a shotgun snap. Looks left. Now throws it deep down the near side for Marcel Aitman. And it's incomplete. At the OU 38. Jordan Thomas in coverage. 3rd down and 8 coming up.
Shame of that one is Thomas had never really turned around to see where he finally did at the last second, but Aitman just kind of mistimed going for the ball.
So it's 3rd down and 8, Cowboys at their own 27. OSU trailing 28-17, about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Backs are split now. Fullback Abbott to the right of Rudolph and Justice Hill, the tailback, to his left. 3rd and 8. Sooners show blitz. And here they come as Rudolph gets a snap. He's back to pass. He throws it deep down the near side for Chris Lacey, and he makes the catch in OU territory along the near sideline and tackled out of bounds at the Sooner 41-yard line.
Boy, Rudolph was backpedaling when he let that go and still put it up there for Lacey to grab it.
That's a 31-yard completion, and Rudolph back to pass again. He swings it out to the far side, and it's dropped by Tyron Johnson, incomplete. But there is a flag down way down the field at the 22-yard line of Oklahoma. What's that?
I'm not sure if they got a guy off the field or is it a personal foul call.
I don't know. I bet Mike DeFeo will tell us. Yeah, as Oklahoma, Cowboys didn't sub. The Sooners were very deliberate in substituting.
Substitution infraction on the defense. 12 men. Offense did not substitute. 5-yard penalty, replay 1st down.
There's a break.
So it's 1st and 5 from the OU 36. Handoff to Hill, breaks a tackle. Hill to the 30, 25-20, and tackled at the OU 18-yard line. 18 yards for Justice Hill, and another Cowboy 1st down as the pinball machine is going crazy. These two teams going back and forth with high-octane offenses. As Rudolph gets the ball, he looks left, he pumps. Now he looks back right. Now he dumps it off over the middle, incomplete. Intended on the short throw to Justice Hill at the OU 14. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the OU 18. Cowboys down 28-17, 12:57 left in the second. He just kind of threw that into the ground. I think we've had already 6 completions between the two teams of 30 yards or more. 2 minutes into the second quarter. Diamond formation. 2nd and 10 from the OU 18. Rudolph takes a snap, throws over the middle, caught by Lacey. Lacey inside the 5 and tackled at the Sooner 3. That ball was thrown behind him or he scores a touchdown. It's a gain of 15 and a 1st and goal for Oklahoma State.
Got the safety's eyes off to the right on James Washington's side, and that opened up the middle of the field.
Little play action there, froze the defense and got Lacey open. And Mason Rudolph now trying to rack up some numbers. 7 of 15 passing, 177 yards. 1st and goal from the OU 3. From the full diamond, Rudolph takes the ball, throws toward the end zone near side, and it's batted away from Aitman, incomplete by Jordan Thomas. Threw it out toward the pylon. That's sort of the counter, I guess, to the fade route. Make that quick throw left, and Thomas made a good play on it. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Last time the Cowboys were down here, Justice Hill ran it right up the middle, virtually untouched from 6 yards out. From the full diamond now, that's loaded to the left with 2 fullbacks on the left side.
Single receivers left and right. Second and goal from the OU 3. Rudolph takes the ball, hands it off to Hill, patiently waits. Now he plunges forward and gets down to the 2, where it'll be third and goal. Caleb Kelly, the sophomore linebacker, made the play.
And the last time you had a third and goal, you went to the fade to Aitman for the touchdown.
Boy, and the ball is on the left hash, making it a precarious angle for a field goal if he gets stopped. Third and goal from the OU 2. 28-17 Sooners. Oklahoma State with a scoring chance here from the full diamond. Rudolph gets a shotgun snap, hands it off to Hill, hit at the line of scrimmage and stopped for no gain. Caleb Kelly and DJ Ward made the stop. Now what do? The ball's on the left hash. And Amendola has had some issues trying to make field goals from the left or right hash, short field goals at an extreme angle. They may go for it. It's fourth and goal from the OU 2 with 11:18 to play in the second. Big play here. Rudolph gets the ball, fakes a handoff, back to pass, throws toward the end zone. The pass is caught by Marcel Aitman. Pistols firing. Touchdown Oklahoma State. Marcel Aitman, his second of the day.
Exhale a little bit. My goodness. You felt like you needed to go for it. And that's the most sure thing you've got right now, Dave. When you're that close, yeah, you scored running up the middle with Hill the last time. Oklahoma defended that much better this time. But you just have Aitman in single coverage with Thomas. Makes a little move, creates a little bit of separation. One step back to his right and a touchdown.
And Amendola converts a PAT. And Marcel Aitman playing basketball, hauling in his second TD of the day. And what a wild affair we have in Stillwater. 4 touchdowns scored. You can analyze this. I'm just trying to get a breath. Amendola kicking off, and he strikes it. This is a deeper kick that Sutton's going to backpedal and field 8 yards deep in the end zone and go to a knee for a touchback, and the Sooners will start at their own 25.
Well, the quarterbacks, Mayfield 10 of 17 for 282 yards, 3 touchdowns passing, 1 rushing, and 1 interception. Mason Rudolph 8 of 17 for 179 and the 2 TDs. James Washington 2 catches for 61 yards. Chris Lacey had a huge third down grab on that last scoring drive. He has 2 catches overall for 47 yards. Marcel Aitman only has 2 catches for 3 yards. But man, have they been important on a 3rd and goal and a 4th and goal, each for touchdowns.
So here comes Oklahoma. Can they keep the pinball machine going? I don't have enough quarters for this pinball machine. This is nuts. 2 wide left, 1 right. From the pistol, Mayfield in the shotgun. Claps his hands, takes the ball, fakes a handoff, back to pass. Throws near side, pass is caught by Brown. Right sideline 35, and he steps out of bounds at about the 39, a gain of 14. It's already been a big game for Marquise Brown. That's his 4th catch for 143 yards. And that's a 14-yard pickup and an OU first down.
He had a lot of space being given him out on that edge, too.
Brown, a junior college transfer from the College of the Canyons, where he played 1 season. 1st and 10, Oklahoma from its own 39. Now they're out of the shadows of the west end zone with split backs, and Mayfield gets the shotgun snap, fakes a handoff, rolling out left, dumps it off in the left flat, a screen pass to Sermon, the freshman, left side to the 45, tackled at the 48, a gain of 9. Ramon Richards made the stop. It'll be 2nd and 1.
And Dave, as good as this Cowboy defense has been the last 2 games, what they're finding here too is Oklahoma has more speed, and when you get spread out, they're able to get into spaces where maybe West Virginia and Texas couldn't on offense.
Yeah, you're right. And then you add to that a terrific offensive line. You're dealing with problems you haven't dealt with this year. 2nd and 1 OU from its own 48. Mayfield gets the shotgun snap, hands it off to Sermon. Big hole up the middle. Sermon cuts right to the 48, dropped it to 47. Boy, that looked like it's going for more than that. Went for 5 yards, though, on the first down as Rodarius Williams made the play.
It's a good play by Williams.
Tried to bounce it outside, and Rodarius Williams made a good one-on-one tackle. 9:47 left in the second. Oklahoma leads Oklahoma State 28-24. We've had 28 points scored between the two teams in about 5 minutes. First and 10 Sooners at the Cowboy 47. Mayfield fields a high snap, hands it off to Anderson. Big hole left side to the 40. Cuts it to the outside to the 35, still on his feet to the 30 and tackled out of bounds at about the 27. That's 20 yards and a first down for Oklahoma. And Oklahoma now has more than 350 yards of offense with 9:20 left in the first half.
Well, he had a big hole. He got a good block in the backfield, too, from Sermon. Cowboys have brought the pressure.
Two wide left, one right. First and 10 Oklahoma from the Cowboy 27. Flowers a wing on the right side. That's Dimitri Flowers as Mayfield takes a snap, fakes a handoff, rolls out right, looking left, surrounded, scrambles, throws, incomplete. He just threw it away, bounced it toward Andrews. It'll be second down and 10. You know, one thing the Cowboys haven't faced, I think, really stop and think about it, is a really good passer who's also very mobile and able to throw the ball effectively deep. Kind of an all-around guy.
We thought Will Greer was going to be that guy. Not, Mayfield is a much better quarterback than Greer, but Cowboys got Greer out of sorts early last week, and you never really had to feel the effects of him.
Yeah, Mayfield, such a good thrower on the run.
Yeah.
Second and 10 OU from the Cowboy 27. Mayfield takes the ball, play action pass, throws near side. It's caught by Brown. Brown slips a tackle at the 20, right sideline to the 15, steps out of bounds at the 14. It's a 13-yard catch, and Brown stopped, got Ramon Richards off balance, got the first down with a 13-yard pickup, his fifth catch for 157 yards. He's had a monster game.
Right, he just kind of stepped out of bounds. I guess maybe his momentum was carrying him that way, and he couldn't help it.
Richards is out at safety, and Morrow is in. And OU has moved from its own 25 to the Cowboy 14, where it's first and 10. Two wide left, one right. Back split. 28-24 Sooners here in the second. Mayfield takes the ball. Blitz comes, hands it off to Anderson. Breaks a tackle, running left to the 10, to the 5, and he plows into the end zone for an Oklahoma touchdown. Cowboys had him in the backfield for a 1-yard loss and couldn't finish the play.
Walter Scheid got inside his man, but still had a big guy leaning on him, and he reached out to try to slow Anderson down, and another Cowboy was blocked in the backfield who was diving at his feet.
You know, one thing we should point out, Cowboys relatively healthy today, but Billy Leveni once again unable to play for Oklahoma State. As we found out just before kickoff, he's dressed in street clothes. Snap back, ball down, kick on the way. The kick is good. 8:12 left in the first half, and it's 35-24 Oklahoma. We've had 5 touchdowns scored in the last 6.5 minutes. 3 by Oklahoma and 2 by Oklahoma State. Seibert will kick off. He'll come out of the shadows into the sunlit part of the field as he boots it toward Gallagher-Iba Arena, and this one's going out of the end zone for a touchback. Bounces about 9 yards deep, shoots out on the bounce. The Cowboy offense will be out there first and 10 from their own 25.
Again, you can't try to do too much. Just trying to answer, stay within a score. Stay within a score at this point. Then get a stop at some point and see if you can't go take the lead.
Yeah,
you just can't feel it like you. What do we always talk about in basketball? You can't make up a 20-point deficit in one possession.
Well, what you can't do is turn the ball over.
Yeah.
Because the way they're rolling offensively, if you give them an extra possession, you're in big, big trouble. Rudolph gets the ball on first and 10. Back to pass. Pump. Steps up. Throws it deep down the far side and intended for Washington. It's incomplete. Boy, he was tangled up with the corner, Parnell Motley, at about midfield. The ball was thrown way over his head. Incomplete. It'll be second and 10.
Keenan Brown checks in. Britton Abbott comes off.
Rudolph now 8 of 17 passing for 179 yards. He's in a shotgun, 2 wide right, 1 left. Second and 10, Cowboys at their own 25. McCleskey goes in motion in front of Rudolph, and Rudolph takes a handoff, dumps it off over the middle, caught by Keenan Brown. Brown to his right. What can Brown do? He can take it out to the 39-yard line for a 14-yard gain. Little fake of the jet flip. It's the first time the Cowboys have run that play all year. It goes for 15 yards and an Oklahoma State first down. And Rudolph back to pass again. It's a play action. He throws near side. The pass is caught near midfield by James Washington. They spot his forward progress to the Sooner 49. It's a gain of 11 and a Cowboy first down, and Washington now 3 catches for 72. The Cowboys on the move. They'll snap it quickly. And Rudolph takes the ball, hands it off to Hill, up the middle. Hill, big hole to the OU 40. First down and more. Blows through a tackle at the 37 and falls down at the 35. 14 yards of violent running by Justice Hill. And Khalil Houghton rather. Khalil Houghton took the blow and is lying on his back injured after he tried to tackle Hill. 14-yard gain.
Well, Hill bent him backwards, and he rolled that ankle, had his leg caught up underneath him. Well, that's as good a combination of finding the space and exploding through the hole and being physical with a run as you'll see from Justice Hill.
So it'll be 1st and 10 from the OU 35 as they work on Houghton. 7:36 left in the second. It's 35-24 Oklahoma. Let's go down to Robert.
You know, it's funny as Hill took off on that run. I was just passing on the sidelines, J.D. King, and thinking, man, I haven't seen King because, you know, we got into the fact that last week they kind of got that rhythm going. And, again, that was because of injury. But as soon as I looked past J.D. King and saw that run from Hill, it's like, oh, okay, well, he's not needed right now. Not at least now.
Well, Houghton needs some assistance coming off the field. He's not really putting any weight on that right leg. And if you saw the replay, you know why. Justice Hill, 14 carries for 75 yards and a touchdown. He's averaging 5.5 yards every time he carries it.
And the Cowboys trying to counter the Sooner touchdown. 35-24 Oklahoma, and Oklahoma State has moved from its own 25 to the OU 35 where it's 1st and 10.
The only thing about that, unfortunate for the Cowboys, is obviously you hope Houghton's okay, but that slows everything down.
This all started with that nifty little throw over the middle to Keenan Brown.
And it was right to an area where the Sooners brought blitz pressure up the middle, so it was wide open.
2 wide to each side. 1st and 10 from the Sooner 35. Rudolph gets the ball, 4-man pressure. Back to pass, steps up, throws it deep down the middle toward the end zone. The pass is caught by James Washington. Pistols firing. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. James Washington.
Great job, offensive line, giving Mason Rudolph time once again. They kept Okoronkwo at bay, coming off of the left side of the Cowboy offensive line. He never laid a hand on Rudolph. Mason able to step into that. Well, that's just a move past Parnell Motley. Washington's got a step and a half on him on a short field.
This is like a Saturday afternoon pickup game in the city park. When are the peanut butter sandwiches coming out? Amendola on for the PAT. Snap back, ball down, the kick is on the way, and the kick is good.
Solve that issue a little bit, keeping him away from Mason.
Amendola kicks off. End over end kick taken by Sutton, a yard deep in the end zone, right side coming out. Down the right hash to the 10, 15, 20, and drilled down at the 23. Kirk Tucker, who wants to be an anesthesiologist. Almost knocked out the Sooner return man. He'll be knocking him out for a living in about 6 years or so if he's lucky. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Sooners at their own 23. I asked him that in the Cowboy Corral. You could be a guy that, the only guy to knock a guy out on the football field and knock somebody out going into surgery. Well, may not have knocked him out, but he was darn close. Good play by Tucker.
Yeah, Marcellus Sutton's going to feel that one. And it's a good thing Tucker was there because there was an awful lot of space up the middle of the field.
So it's 1st and 10 for Oklahoma from its own 24. And the scoring fest is in full bloom here in Stillwater. 2 wide to each side. Mayfield in the shotgun with a 1-back set. As he gets the ball on 1st and 10, he's back to pass. He looks left. He throws over the middle. Man wide open. It's caught at midfield and drugged down from behind is Michael Jones at the Oklahoma State 46. That is a gain of 32 and an OU first down.
Cowboys rushed 4, and Mayfield had time, and he had good vision down the middle of the field. The middle was kind of open, not just for Jones.
I mean, the long pass plays, it's unbelievable. 35-31 Oklahoma. Sooners 1st and 10 at the Cowboy 46. Which team will blink first? 2 wide to each side. Mayfield in the shotgun. Gets the ball. Hands it off. Anderson running left. Hit. Drug down. 2-yard gain. So he tried to go outside at the Cowboy 44 to be 2nd and 8. Imagine if they played this game like they did in the second half of the blue-gray game where it's make it, take it. You might never get the ball. These offenses. You gave up the first score, you'd never get the ball. Blue-gray game of here. 2 scores down.
Raise your hand if you remember that aspect of the blue-gray game.
I had nothing to do as a kid. I just watched sports. 2nd down and 8. Sooners at the Cowboy 44 from the left hash at a split diamond. Mayfield takes the ball, fakes a handoff, back to pass, throws near side. Man open again. It's caught at the Cowboy 30, and Marquise Brown is tackled right at the 30-yard line. 14 yards and an OU first down, and Brown now 6 catches for 170 yards in the first half.
Well, Mayfield's just got a ton of time back in the pocket to find guys. And the Cowboys are playing deep safeties so that nobody gets behind them, but still, it's hard to get that pressure on him.
2 tight ends now for Oklahoma. Andrews a tight end right, Flowers left from the pistol. 1st and 10 from the 30. Mayfield hands it off to Anderson. Hit in the backfield and drags tacklers back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10. I think it was Enoch Smith that got in there. Down to 5:15 left in the half. 35-31 Oklahoma. We've had 6 touchdowns scored, 3 each between the 2 teams in the last 10 minutes.
We haven't had a punt in about a day and a half.
Punt? What is a punt? 2nd and 10. Sooners at the Cowboy 30. Trey Sermon in at tailback. 2 wide to each side. He's lined up right of Mayfield. 3 down linemen for Oklahoma State. Mayfield gets a shotgun snap, fakes a handoff, looks right, throws right, caught by Brown. And Brown tackled from behind by Jordan Brailford, who must have been in a zone blitz backing up into coverage. It's an 8-yard gain. It's 3rd and 2 coming up for the Sooners at the Cowboy 22.
Well, if you're Oklahoma, you feel like that you can pick this up running the football too, as good as they've been this quarter.
OU 3 of 5 on 3rd down. This is a 3rd and 2 at the Cowboy 22 as they work from left to right. Anderson to the right of Mayfield, who's in the shotgun from the right hash. He gets the snap. He's looking left. Now he throws deep down the left side. Pass is caught at the Cowboy 5. And C.D. Lamb dropped at the OSU 4.5. It's an 18-yard gain and a 1st and goal for Oklahoma.
Lamb just went in motion toward the line of scrimmage, or toward the line, and then just cut it back out and was wide open.
Boy, and Mayfield's on one of his hot streaks, John. You remember against Ohio State, he completed his last 14 passes, completed his first 16 against UTEP. That's one thing you were hoping to avoid, is one of his hot streaks.
Well, that's why taking advantage of that interception and getting it in the end zone early.
Now Mayfield exits the backfield, lined up wide right. It's a direct snap to Sermon, running up the middle, and now we have a whistle.
And Oklahoma called a timeout.
Boy, Sermon stumbled down at the 2. There was a hole there. Somebody got just enough of him, but there was a timeout first.
Takes its first time out of the half. 30 seconds.
Mayfield is 8 of his last 9, by the way, passing. 1st and goal from the Cowboy 5. Single wide to each side. Backs are split. Mayfield takes the ball. Hands it off to Sermon, off left guard. Sermon plows his way to the 3 and falls forward to the 2. It'll be 2nd and goal. They may think in terms of being deliberate here. They don't want to give Oklahoma State the ball back.
Right.
Two wide left. Mayfield up under center. 2nd and goal, Oklahoma.
He splits.
Now Mayfield splits out wide left. He's wide left, and Sermon will take the snap. and he gets the snap. He runs it off right guard. He's hit, trying to plow his way into the end zone, and he stopped at the 1. It'll be 3rd and goal from there. Chad Whitener made that play. Hit him and then managed to knock his momentum backward to keep him out of the end zone. It's 3rd and goal from just outside the goal line with 2:35 left in the half and the clock running. 35-31 Oklahoma. Mayfield under center again. 3rd and goal from the 1. From the offset eye, single receiver wide left. Mayfield takes the ball, fakes a handoff, wants to run, dances around, hit in the backfield, and he is stopped. He is stopped back at about the 2.5-yard line. So now on 4th and goal now from about the 2.5, going to presume a field goal. Boy, by losing 2 yards, that takes away the 4-down situation. That's big.
Well, that looked like it was a busted play potentially. You know what they've done out of that? Sometimes Flowers was set on the wing. Sometimes they just leak him out into the end zone, a little pop pass.
Seibert on for a field goal attempt, 7 of 9 this year. 20-yard field goal from the left hash. Watch out for a fake because they had a fake field goal for a touchdown in here in 2013. Snap back, ball down. The kick is on the way by Seibert, and the kick is good. So with 1:18 left to play, first half, Oklahoma gets a field goal by Seibert, 20 yards, and their lead is 38-31 over Oklahoma State. And Seibert hits deep end over end kick. Will go 9 yards deep into the end zone and bounce out of the end zone toward the OU.
Marcel Aitman earlier this quarter hit James Washington for the 35-yard touchdown the last time you had the ball. Chris Lacey came up with a big 32-yard catch on a 3rd and 8 from the 27 earlier. Washington on a 2nd and 2, 41 yards.
2 wide left and 1 right. From the loaded gun, stacked to the left. Rudolph takes the ball, hands it off to Hill. Hill around right in. Out to the 30, cuts back 35. Hill down the right sideline, 40, 45, breaks a tackle to midfield. Hill coming across the field and tackled at the OU 48. Justice Hill running in a powerful way that maybe we've never seen before. A 27-yard run and a first down for Oklahoma State. And the Cowboys will move it quickly as Rudolph takes the ball, fakes a handoff, throws near side, caught by Washington. Washington surveys the defense and is ankle tackled at the OU 34, a gain of 14. Down to 56 seconds left. The Cowboys will move quickly again. 4 wide left and 1 right, empty backfield. 1st and 10 from the OU 34 and a timeout Oklahoma.
Well, there was something.
Oklahoma takes his second time out of the half.
Yeah, Washington was out there and they didn't have the right guy.
So Washington gets a breather. Tyron Johnson, who's already made a 60-yard catch, is wide right. You have McCleskey and Lacey wide left. Backs are split. 1st and 10 for the OU 34, and Rudolph gets a snap back to pass, fires near side, passes batted away, incomplete. Intended for Lacey. Knocked away by Will Johnson. Thought for a moment he got there too soon, but apparently not. It'll be 2nd and 10. And there are 48 seconds left. Cowboys still have 2 timeouts left. Now Washington and Aitman are back in, and so's McCleskey. 1st and 10, Oklahoma State from the OU 34, the left hash, operating in the shadows of the west end zone as the sun starts to set to our left. And Rudolph takes a shotgun snap. Throws a screen out to the left side. It's juggled, then it's caught by Aitman. And Aitman just plowing through tacklers down the near sideline and turned it into about a 4-yard gain. Be 3rd down and 6 and a timeout Oklahoma State with 39 seconds left. Wow. Went off the hands of McCleskey.
Takes his second time out of the half.
Right to 8.
30 seconds.
30-second timeout. Do not forget, I need to say this before I forget. Set your clocks back tonight. Daylight savings ends. You get an extra night of sleep, and after watching this game, if it continues like this, you're going to need it.
Aitman is such an alert player who does all the little things. No, he's been the best, along with Chris Lacey, the best downfield blocker the Cowboys have He's a great target when you get close to the end zone, when you need that. We've seen that already today twice. And that play, man, that ball bounced up in the air enough where that could have been one of those drive killers.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. (38-31) Oklahoma leads. Oklahoma State facing a 3rd and 6 from the Sooner 30 with 39 seconds left in a half, and now each team has one timeout left.
The corners for Oklahoma obviously playing about 8-9 yards off. And now they'll come up a little bit.
Aitman and Stoner wide left, Washington wide right. From the loaded gun, Rudolph gets a shotgun snap, hands it off to Hill, big hole left side, Hill 20, 15, 10, 5, pistols firing, touchdown Oklahoma State. Justice Hill, it parted like the Dead Sea, and Hill took it down the left side to the house.
Two big things happened on that run, Dave. First one was Ovo Okoronkwo lined up at the right defensive end spot, took himself out of the play by rushing so hard up the field. Cochran just shoved him aside. That created the huge hole, and then downfield Marcel Aitman with a great block, keeping the defender out of Hill's way, allowing him to get up the sideline.
And Amendola on for the extra point to tie the game. I mean, that hole was huge. Nobody even sniffed it. Extra point, snap back, ball down, the kick is on the way, and the kick is good. It has been a wildly entertaining November afternoon in Stillwater.
Yellow, it was a good block.
Yeah, now cover the kick.
Yes. Amendola kicking off from right to left. He strikes it. End over end kick. Sutton backpedaling, takes it 5 yards deep in the end zone. He'll take in the end, accept the touchback. Don't think for a moment Oklahoma might not try to score too.
Oh no. Dave, there were a lot of fans. Throw it deep, throw it deep, throw it deep. Well, they've thrown it deep. But that play, that worked pretty well against a team that thought you were going to throw it deep.
Hey, all I know is the offenses are going to move and score points. They line up in a single wing. It probably worked today the way this thing's going. This has been, you know what? These are two unbelievably gifted quarterbacks. And I think for a moment during the halftime you should pause if you're listening on the radio or watching in the stadium, watching on TV. Take a moment and realize how special this is. This doesn't happen very often. Not like this. Might be a once-in-a-lifetime deal, folks. So Oklahoma 1st and 10 from its own 25. 2 wide right, 1 left. From the split diamond, Mayfield takes the ball, hands it off to Anderson, left side out to the 29, tackled there by Justin Phillips with 25 seconds left in a half, a 4-yard gain. And Oklahoma doesn't appear to be in a big hurry here as we wind down to 19, 18, 17 seconds left. They're going to let the clock run out. My goodness, what a first half in Stillwater. They don't call it the Wild West for nothing, folks. We're tied at 38 going to the intermission. And the Boone Pickens Stadium fans on their feet.
On the defensive side, guys.
Robert is Gene Rayburn for
I
match
know.
game.
Very good. Seibert kicks off. This is a poor kick. It's fielded on a big hop by Tyron Johnson near the right sideline at the 10. Out to the left to the 15. Cuts back to the 20. Darts around at the 25 and tackled at the 24 as he tried to slither his way out of there. And Cowboys will start 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Take care of the ball. Go down and take the lead and see if that gives your defense a little extra jolt too.
Cowboy football brought to you by Oklahoma Farm Bureau. We're the same Oklahoma Farm Bureau you've always trusted, now even better.
That halftime seemed especially short.
It did.
Given what happened in the first half.
You know, it's funny you say that because it really did. I agree with you. Rudolph was 13 of 24 passing in the first half for 258 and 3 touchdowns. And he's in a shotgun with a loaded gun stack left. And he hands it off to Hill. Hill coming back to the left. Out to the 28. Turns the corner to the 30. Cuts back right. 35. Punched down at the 36. The ball is out. But I think Hill was down. Say his knee was down at the 35. A gain of 11.
My goodness, Dave. Has he shown extra stuff consistently today or what?
Gosh. That's 17 carries for 143 for Justice Hill, and Rudolph hands it off to Hill, cuts back again, breaks a tackle in the backfield, and squirts forward for 3. Stephen Parker finally finished him off. It'll be 2nd and 7. That could have been a loss of 1. And Rudolph takes the ball, throws quickly near side, pass is caught by Washington. He spins and falls forward to the 44, just shy of the first down. Gain of 6. It'll be 3rd and 1. Eddie Neuendorf thought he got the first down.
Well, where he caught it, he was awfully close.
3rd and 1. Rudolph hands it off to Hill. Hill up the middle. Hill hit in the backfield and stopped for a 1-yard loss. Back at the 43-yard line. He tried to cut back to the right. Glenn, I think he should have just gone forward where he was going. He would have had the first down. If he'd have gone left, he would have had it, I think. So Zach Seiner will be in to punt. Boy, that's too bad.
Well, he had that chance now to go take the lead.
Cowboys' only lead. It's in the first quarter. Seiner in to punt, gets a snap, strikes it. Spinning top spiral down the near side. Fair catch called for and made by C.D. Lamb at the 7-yard line. Boy, the old rule, I guess, of letting anything beyond the 10 go. Nobody does it much anymore, but boy, the way that punt was traveling, he might have been better served to take a chance on that one bouncing into the end zone, because it was a spiral. I really think it would have hit the tip and kicked toward the end zone, but he took a fair catch, and OU, after a 49-yard punt, will start at its own 7, going right to left.
Okay, Dave, I'm not sure that Lincoln Riley's going to care very much based on the way his offense has been able to move the ball.
Well, true. Baker Mayfield was 17 of 25 passing in the first half. 387 yards and 3 scores.
Well, they were at this spot on the field, second possession, first quarter, when they threw the pass to Adams, when that was overturned from a fumble recovery in the end zone to an incomplete pass.
3 wide right, 1 left. Lights are on here at the stadium, and Mayfield gets a shotgun snap. Hands it off up the middle. And Anderson for about 1 out to the 8. It'll be 2nd down and 9. They have not had enormous success running the football, but they've had enough. They've rushed for 80 yards on 19 attempts. Anderson now with 52 yards. And Mayfield throws a screen to the far side, and it's incomplete. Or is it a backwards pass? Incomplete. Boy, it's a screen right that was perfectly defended. Had the defender, A.J. Green, turned around, it would have been right in his lap, and it would have been a pick 6. Be 3rd and 9.
Wow. Yeah, Green just broke it all up. It hit Flowers in the backside.
But it was a forward pass, right?
I think so.
3rd down and 9. Oklahoma from its own 8. As they work from right to left, tied at 38 early in the 3rd. 2 wide right, 1 left. Mayfield in the shotgun, standing at his own 2. Flowers trots out to the right in motion. Here comes a blitz, and Mayfield back to pass. He steps up, he throws far side, pass is caught for a first down by Marquise Brown out at the 19. It's a gain of 11.
Cowboys brought extra pressure kind of up the middle, but he was picked up.
Brown, a career-high 189 yards and receptions on 8 catches. Be 1st and 10 for Oklahoma from its own 18. Rudolph, or rather Mayfield, gets the snap, hands it off. Left side, Anderson cuts back left to the 25 and flung down at the 27. He got 9. Calvin Bundage made the play.
He just kept those legs churning. Bundage wrapping him up, and I think it was Bundage wrapping him up, and Flowers tried to strip it.
2nd and 1, Oklahoma from its own 27. Tied up at 38, 3 minutes into the second half. From the split diamond, 2 wide right, 1 left. Mayfield creeps up to the line to change the play. Oklahoma State has 2 linemen in a stance. They come with a blitz. It's a handoff. Anderson, big hole left side, out to the 40. Cuts right, 45, and tackled at the 48. It's a gain of 21 that came with a blitz, and Chad Whitener chased him down after a 21-yard pickup and a first down for Oklahoma. And Oklahoma's moved from its own 7 all the way out to its own 48. They had a 3rd down and 9 from their own 8, and then an 11-yard completion to Marquise Brown kept the chains moving.
Brailford comes off.
Traylon Weber is in at defensive end, the senior. 4 down linemen for the Pokes. Pistol formation, 3 wide right, 1 left. 1st and 10 Oklahoma from its own 48. Mayfield claps his hands and takes the ball. Fakes a handoff, back to pass. Steps up, dances around, throws over the middle, throws high, incomplete. Intended for Andrews, and Trey Flowers was with him stride for stride. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Chad Whitener was starting to get to Mayfield right before he let it go. In fact, Mayfield stepped to his left, and that may have helped force that inaccurate pass.
Ramon Richards out for Oklahoma State. Thought maybe he was injured in the first half. Tabo Maniki, true freshman, is in.
And he's down there on the sideline. I see Ramon with his helmet on.
3 wide right, 2 left. Empty backfield. 2nd and 10 Oklahoma from its own 48, the left hash. Mayfield takes a snap, 4-man pressure, throws right side, caught by Andrews out of the tight end position, and he's tackled from behind by Whitener at the 41. It's a gain of 11 and a 1st down for Oklahoma.
He's had him kind of isolated out there. The 2 receivers ran down the field, and that's a good catch from Andrews.
His 2nd catch of the day for 66 yards, I believe. Enoch Smith is in. Darian Daniels comes out, trading out some interior linemen. 1st and 10 Oklahoma from the Cowboy 41. 10:37 left in the 3rd, tied at 38. Backs are split. Mayfield gets the ball, hands it off. Big hole, Anderson up the middle. 35-30, 25. Dump truck down at the 22, 19 yards and a 1st down for Oklahoma.
Well, they pulled the left or the right side of the offensive line left. Little trap block, opened it wide open.
That's one of the plays the Cowboy coaches, John, I think were concerned about.
Well, now they're getting into that part of the field where bend, but do you break?
Yeah. Well, late in the first half, the Cowboys held them to a field goal, and that's what you're trying to do here. 1st and 10 Oklahoma from the Cowboy 23. They've moved from their own 7. After OSU punted on its first possession, Cowboys couldn't convert a 3rd and 1. 3 wide to the left, a single man to the right. We're going to have a timeout, Oklahoma. With 9:55 left in the 3rd, we'll take one as well. Tied at 38 here in Stillwater. And this is the Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Oklahoma Bedlam series from Learfield. 10 Oklahoma from the Oklahoma State 22. They work from right to left. From the pistol, Cowboys show blitz. Here they come. And it's a handoff and tackled for no gain. Anderson dropped by Bundage, the blitzer. It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the Cowboy 22.
That time, Bundage timed it just perfectly.
Cole Walterscheid helping out as well. 2nd down and 10, Oklahoma from the Cowboy 22. 3 wide left, none right. Brown now goes in motion over to the right where he's wide out. From the pistol, 2nd and 10. Mayfield gets the ball, fakes a handoff. He's back to pass. He's flushed. He scrambles left. Now he's hit, and he is sacked back at the 32-yard line. It's a loss of 10. It was Traylon Weber, the junior college transfer who hasn't played as much this year, coming up with a huge play. It'll be 3rd and about 20 for the Sooners.
I think that Mayfield wanted to go deep middle of the field, but the Cowboys, instead of blitzing Bundage that time, dropped him to the deep safety in the middle of the field. And when Mayfield looked up, he saw one more black jersey than he expected.
That's $100 to the Regional Food Bank of Oklahoma, thanks to our friends at Bob Moore Buick GMC in Oklahoma City. 3rd and 20 Oklahoma from the Cowboy 32. 3 wide, right, 2 left. Mayfield gets the ball. 3-man pressure. He steps up. He's hit. He is going down again. He's going down again. Calvin Bundage got him. That's a loss of 8, and they've shoved him out of field goal range. It'll be 4th and long, and the Sooners will punt it.
Bundage with 2 huge plays after the Oklahoma timeout. The inside blitz, they've been bringing him off the edge all game long, and on this particular possession, they move him to the inside on a delay.
Let's go down to Robert.
What they did, guys, was they rushed everybody. They circled around, rushed everybody around the defense's left side, and Bundage came in clean off the right. It was a nice little, looked like a serpentine move.
Seibert into punt. Whistles blow, and what's up? Have a flag now.
No,
delay a game.
Delay game. Kicking team. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Boy, what back-to-back sacks. I'd like to know the last time that happened. For the Oklahoma offensive line that is such an outstanding unit, they'd only allowed 13 sacks all year coming in. They just gave up 2 in back-to-back plays to knock them out of field goal range.
Execution here. Make sure you're clean with it. You've got a 4th and 33. Great job by your defense.
Seibert into punt. Now the line of scrimmage, the Cowboy 45. Pressure up the middle, and he gets it away. This is a very high spiral down the center of the field. It bounces at the 5, bounces inside the 2, and it's going to be down at about the 1. In fact, it looks like it was touched at about the 2, so that's where it'll be. We'll see where they put that beanbag.
Devin Harper, who got injured on that kickoff where he went down, and Tucker came screaming across the field to make the play in that open gap that his injury caused. It's a lower extremity injury. He is out for the game, guys, so there'll be a replacement for him on special teams because he's on 2 of them.
Keep an eye on the far side where true freshman Trey Norwood is checked in at corner, matched up against Marcel Aiden. From the full diamond, Rudolph takes a snap. Back to pass, steps up, throws it deep down the near side for James Washington. The pass is incomplete at midfield. Jordan Thomas was in coverage. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Cowboys at their own 3.
It's a pretty good job by the offensive line of allowing Mason the time to load that one up and let it go. Cowboy bench was going crazy because they thought Thomas had wrapped up. As you look at the replay, he got a right hand on Washington's left shoulder, but he let go quickly enough. I think that's why they didn't get the flag.
From the full diamond, 2nd and 10 from the 3, hand off to Hill, left side. Hill out to the 5 and stopped at the 6. Boy, that looked like it's going to pop wide open, but Kenneth Murray, the true freshman, with a good play there to shut it off. It'll be 3rd down and 7 for the Cowboys at their own 6. Big play here. 2 wide right, 1 left.
Field position more than anything else, Dave. You need to pick up a 1st down here.
Absolutely. Marcel Aitman wide left, Washington and Stoner to the right. Split backs now. 3rd and 7. Cowboys at their own 6. Rudolph gets the ball. Back to pass from his end zone. Steps up, looks, hit as he throws. The pass deflected and intercepted.
Oh, and there's extracurricular stuff as Rudolph was shoved as he was down on the ground with the play over, and I'm semi-surprised there wasn't a flag thrown for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Okoronkwo intercepted the ball off the deflection, and Oklahoma will have the ball at the Cowboy 8. And that's the first turnover for the Cowboys today.
Cochran did a pretty good job against Okoronkwo. It was the inside guy that got past Marcus Keys and created the problem.
So they actually take it back to the 10 where it's 1st and goal. 6:57 left in the 3rd. Oklahoma 1st and goal from the Cowboy 10. And for Oklahoma State, another drop-dead turnover, their 7th of the year. Hope this one's not costly. Split diamond. 2 wide left, 1 right. Mayfield gets the ball. Hands it off. Anderson cuts back, hit in the backfield, and he stopped for no gain. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Linebackers with a great job of getting in there and not allowing Anderson to get any momentum past the first line.
Second and goal, Oklahoma from the Cowboy 10.
Yeah, he might have lost a half yard on that.
2 wide left, 1 back set from the right hash. 2nd and goal from the 10. Mayfield back to pass. He's flushed, runs around in the backfield. Now he's hit, and he's going to be sacked back at the 12-yard line. A loss of 2. That's another $100 for the Regional Food Bank of Oklahoma, thanks to our friends at Bob Moore Buick GMC in Oklahoma City. Justin Phillips and Darian Daniels got him. And John, the last 5 opponent possessions that have started in Oklahoma State territory, this being the first one today, the opponent hasn't scored a point. Boy, if you could just hold them to a field goal here, it'd be enormous after the interception by Oklahoma at the Cowboy 10.
Those inside blitzes by Bundage, too. They're forcing Mayfield to have to to run with the ball.
3rd and goal from the 12. Mayfield back to pass. He's hit. He's sacked again. They got him again. Back at the 20-yard line. A loss of 7. Mayfield's been sacked 4 times here in the 3rd quarter. That time it was Trey Carter and Jordan Brailford coming up big. And what a stop by the Cowboy defense.
Just overpowering the offensive line.
Now Will Seibert, who is 8 for 10 on field goals this year, put an exclamation point on this defensive folly, or frenzy I should say, by missing a 36-yard field goal to give Oklahoma the lead. Snap back, ball down, the kick is on the way, it's plenty long, and the kick is good. But the defense keeps Oklahoma out of the end zone after the Sooners had a 1st and goal at the 10. Great job, Cowboy defense. Today, 150 yards. From the left hash, Rudolph gets the ball, hands it off to Hill. Hill up the middle, out to the 30, 35, and spun down at the 38. 13 yards for Hill. Kenneth Murray got him down. 1st down, Pokes. Again, 3 wide, right, none left. Rudolph is in the shotgun. 4-man front for Oklahoma. 1st and 10. Mason gets the ball, fakes a handoff, back to pass, steps up, looks, still looking. Throws near side, pass is caught by Washington. Washington trying to spin free, and he is gang tackled and thrown down for no gain at the 38-yard line of Oklahoma State. It'll be 2nd and 10.
That was a little bit of a dangerous pass there, too. There wasn't a whole lot of space to get the ball there, but he did.
Now it's 3 wide left and none right. 2nd and we'll call it 10 for the Cowboys at their own 38. Rudolph gets the ball, fakes a handoff, back to pass, looking left. Throws it deep down the middle for James Washington. The pass is juggled and incomplete. Washington was hit by Stephen Parker as the ball arrived. It'll be 3rd down and 10 for the Pokes.
It's a good play by Parker, and Washington looking up, found it, got both hands on it, but Parker arrived just in time.
Big 3rd down coming up here. OSU working from left to right. They have only 1 first down here in the 3rd quarter, and they have a turnover. Defense, though, has held Oklahoma to 3 points. 2 wide to each side. Kleski in motion behind Rudolph going far side. Mason takes the ball, hands it off to Hill. Hill left side, 1st down to midfield. Crashes through a tackle at the 45. Right sideline 40, 35, 30, and Justice Hill running with fury. Tackled out of bounds at the OU 27-yard line.
That's the 2nd defender today. He has just run flat over. Robert Barnes, the safety, trying to come up and make the play.
1st and 10 Cowboys at the OU 27, and Rudolph's back to pass. He dumps it off, short right side. It's caught out of the backfield by J.D. King, and he's struck down from behind at the OU 20, a gain of 7. Hill's run, by the way, was 34 yards. (41-38) Oklahoma. 3:05 left in the 3rd. Oklahoma State 2nd and 3 from the Oklahoma 20. From the right hash with 2 wide receivers to each side and J.D. King to the right of Rudolph. But 3 down linemen for Oklahoma. Rudolph gets the ball. 3-man rush. Sets up. Throws it deep down the near side for King, and it's broken up, incomplete. Okoronkwo was in coverage.
Well,
Fans
King
wanted pass interference, didn't get it.
I think King ran out of bounds, too. I'm not sure he would have been eligible. He was pushed, probably.
Yeah, if he's pushed, he's okay.
Yeah, he's okay.
Boy, they like that matchup with Okoronkwo in coverage. 3rd and 3 Cowboys at the 20. Rudolph throws a screen out to the left. It's caught by McCleskey. McCleskey slithers for a 1st down, hauling it to the 15 and dropped at the 14. Boy, McCleskey just found a little seam and got 6 yards at a Cowboy 1st down at the OU 14. OSU trying to get to the end zone and take the lead. And now there's an injured OU player on the knee, Okoronkwo. The Cowboys were going to go tempo, and Okoronkwo sitting there like he's in a bathtub at the 14-yard line. Get him a sponge. While we grab some shampoo and such, let's pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves. You're listening to Oklahoma State football. .239 left in the third. Oklahoma 41, Oklahoma State 38. They are working on Okoronkwo's right leg. Boy, when he just kind of went and sat down, you got really suspicious. It might be kind of a way to slow the Cowboys down. We'll kind of watch him and see how he walks off. He's walking off pretty well, boys.
Well, he was grabbing at his right hamstring when the trainers came over.
Now, the key will be how soon he comes back.
Sure.
He has to sit out this play, and that's a big deal. You wouldn't think, honestly, that he would be a guy that would go down like that, because he's an All-American defensive end. In the red zone, you need him out there, and he has to sit out a play if he's injured. So you wouldn't think that'd be the case, but boy, he just kind of sat down there like he was taking a bath, kind of just sitting up.
How about Justice Hill? Closing in on 200 yards rushing for the day, averaging 9 yards a carry, 22 for 197 and 2 scores so far. And all your options are pretty much open here except for the deep ball, obviously, because you're so close to the end zone.
So it's 1st and 10 for Oklahoma State from the OU 14. 8th play of the drive coming up that started at the Cowboy 25. From the loaded gun, stacked to the right. Rudolph takes the ball, hands it off to Hill. Hill darting around to the 10, slithers inside the 10, and finally drugged down at about the 6, a gain of 8. Justice Hill, a career-high 205 yards on 23 carries. It'll be 2nd and 2 from the Oklahoma 6-yard line.
And here comes Okoronkwo back in. You hear it from the fans.
And I don't feel bad about wanting some shampoo for the bath. Just leave it at that. 2nd and 2, Oklahoma State at the OU 6. From the full diamond now, Tyron Johnson is wide right, Aitman left. Washington is out. Rudolph takes the ball, hands it off to Hill. Hill off left guard, pushing the pile forward, and I think he's got the first down. We'll see at about the 3.5. It is a 1st and goal for Oklahoma State. Let's go down to Robert.
Hey, real quick, guys, they're looking at James Washington. He's standing up, working with Scott Parker, but he came off limping. Looks like they're trying to do another tape job or loosen up his tape job. But he is not out there right now and hadn't been for 4 plays.
Yes, thank you. Marcel Aitman wide left. From the full diamond, 1st and goal from the Oklahoma 3. Rudolph takes the ball, fakes a handoff, looking left, throws toward the end zone. The pass is intercepted. Intercepted in the back center of the end zone by Will Johnson. And I was just thinking, whatever you do, don't try to force a throw into space. And Aitman was double covered. And Oklahoma will have the ball at the 20-yard line on a touchback. That's another drop-dead turnover by Oklahoma State here in the 3rd quarter.
They're hard to overcome against a team that's explosive as Oklahoma is, but boy, Mason never looked off Aitman, and that's just too many guys there.
Let's go down to Robert.
Yeah, and coverage there, that's a real bad. That's a no-no. They've got a guy in front to prevent the pitch and catch. And then if you're not exactly accurate, there was a defender behind him too. They can break in through the receiver and pick the pass. So, yeah, that was not good. But there's 1:14 to go in the 3rd quarter, and hey, this defense has come up big. So we'll see what develops.
That's now the 8th drop-dead turnover by Oklahoma State this year. To give you some perspective, last year and in 2015, the Cowboys had only 7 drop-dead turnovers all year. Those are the turnovers inside your own 30 or the opponent's 30 that cost you points. That's just a huge mistake. 1st and 10 Oklahoma from its own 20. Rudolph has lost a fumble at his own 10 and thrown an interception in the end zone here in the 3rd. 3 wide left, 1 right. Mayfield gets the shotgun snap. Hands it off to Anderson up the middle. He's hit at the line of scrimmage and maybe got a yard out to the 21. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Trey Carter made the stop. See, John, you just have to live for another down.
Sure.
No,
oh, sure.
You've got, if nothing else, you tie the game.
Yep.
2nd and 9. Trips left, 1 man right. Mayfield gets the shotgun snap, pumps, looks, throws deep down the near side. Caught by Andrews down the near sideline to midfield. Cuts back to the 45, tackled at the Cowboy 43. It's a gain on the play of 44 yards and an Oklahoma first down. 43 seconds left in the half. It's 41-38 Sooners.
Just ran out, found that spot.
Beg your pardon, 36-yard pickup. 1st and 10 Oklahoma from the Cowboy 43. Mayfield gets the ball, fakes a handoff, back to pass, being chased, throws it deep down the near side. Pass is caught out of the backfield by Anderson. Down the left sideline to the 10, to the 5, leaps over a tackler and takes it into the end zone for an Oklahoma touchdown.
Well, he just leaked out with all of the attention going toward the middle of the field. They ran Andrews across from the left to the right. There was a bust in the linebacking core, I believe.
So Oklahoma turns that Cowboy turnover into a touchdown. Seibert will be on for the PAT to try to make it a 10-point lead.
Looks like Calvin Bundage got caught looking to the middle of the field and didn't see Anderson sneaking out to the left side.
You know, football's a momentum game, John. When you throw an interception in the end zone on goal-to-go situation, big game, it's really hard to recover from that. Snap back, ball down, extra point by Seibert is good. I think you're going to get a field goal and tie the game. Instead, it's an interception, and just like that, you're down 10. Got to manage your mistakes. Seibert kicking off. Line drive, but a deep kick sails over Tyron Johnson's head, bounces out of the end zone for a touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 25, and here's Robert.
Yeah, they've removed the shoe now, and Doc Pascal was taking a look at James Washington down the foot ankle area, but there was an outside tape job, then they've removed the ankle tape job inside, so they're checking him out thoroughly right now. I would not expect to see him in this series.
Of course, Washington entering the game, the most explosive receiver in college football, leading the nation in receiving yards per game, and had 7 catches for 128 yards and a touchdown before being injured. So you had 3 wide right and Washington out of the game. 1st and 10 Cowboys at their own 25, trailing 48-38 late in the 3rd. Mason takes the ball, fakes a handoff, back to pass, fires over the middle. It's caught by McCleskey out at the 33-yard line for a gain of 8. Will Johnson made the play. It'll be 2nd down and 2. That's the end of the 3rd. Through 3 in Stillwater. In Bedlam, it's Oklahoma 48, Oklahoma State 38. This is Cowboy football from Learfield.
28 yards and 1 score. Marcel Aitman with 2 touchdown catches.
2nd and 2 Cowboys at their own 33. They'll work from right to left now, and Rudolph takes the ball, hands it off to Hill. Hill off left tackle, 1st down and more, out to the 39, dropped at the 40, a gain of 6. The Cowboys up to the line quickly. 2 wide right, 1 left. Rudolph gets the ball, fakes a handoff, back to pass, looking left. Has all day, throws it deep down the near side for Chris Lacey, and it's incomplete, but flags come down. We should have pass interference on the freshman corner, Trey Norwood.
Norwood was beaten by a couple of steps. The ball underthrown a little bit. Norwood never turned around.
Pass interference. Defense, number 13. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic. 1st down.
So that'll take the ball to the OU 45. Three wide right, none left. Tight end now, Tevin Jenkins back in there. Normally a tackle, he's a tight end on the left. And Okoronkwo is lined up as an end on that side, and Rudolph hands it off to Hill. Hill left side, drags a tackler to the 42 and tackled at the 41. Gain of 4, it'll be 2nd and 6. 48-38, Oklahoma leads. 14:29 left in the fourth. Still plenty of time. James Washington, they're trying to work on his ankle to get him back into the game. Retaping it. He has been out for the last several plays. Second down and 6 at the OU 41. 3 wide right, none left. Johnson, McCleskey, and Aitman wide right as Mason gets a shotgun snap. 4-man pressure, back to pass, hit, sacked. Back at the Cowboy 49 for a loss. Loss of 9. DJ Ward got the sack. Be 3rd down and 16.
Well, this is where you've been bailed out by your big receivers on 3rd downs. We got Aitman to the left here, and Norwood is the corner on his side.
3rd and 16 from near midfield. 2 wide left, 1 right. Back split. Now flag comes down. We're going to have a delay of game on the Cowboys. They didn't get it off in time.
Delay game. Offense. Number 2. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Now, didn't we have a situation like this in Morgantown last week? Or am I thinking, was it 2 games ago where you didn't get the play off? Boy, you hope this just isn't the drive killer, like you end up with about a 19-yard gain instead of a 1st down, and you got 4th and short.
They may have to go for it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
3rd and 20. Cowboys at their own 45 as Rudolph gets the snap. 4-man rush. Those near side. Pass is caught by Marcel Aitman and out of bounds. Very close to the 1st down. Let's see where they spot it. Oh, they pulled it back a yard. They pulled it back to the 36.
Can you look at that? Well, it might be pretty close. I think it might be pretty close.
That's a good spot. Saw the replay. He nailed it. I think.
You gotta go for it.
Oh boy, that's close because the football's in the right hand. So it's 4th and 1 from the Sooner 36. Rudolph hands it off to Hill, and he plows his way for a 1st down off right guard. Up the middle for 2. Boy, you got out of a 3rd and 20 hole. Boy, if you're taking notes on the game, put a pretty star next to that. You got out of a 3rd and 20. And the Cowboys snap it quickly. Rudolph, a play-action pass. Throws it deep down the far side, and a pass is caught in the end zone. Pistols firing. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. Tyron Johnson.
Working on Jordan Thomas, and he got a step on him. Johnson with that explosive speed, and that's a ball thrown right on the money by Mason Rudolph. They moved Johnson back outside. He's been working inside to get into the game a little bit more, but he takes the place of James Washington over there on the edge.
Yeah, playing 2 positions. I'll tell you what, John, is a first-year receiver into the program, and I talked to him about that about a month ago, trying to learn the new inside position. He said, boy, I tell you what, it's hard. You know, just trying to get a grasp of it all, and trying to play 2 positions as a young player is, I'll bet it's challenging for him. Amendola on for the PAT to try to make it a 3-point game again. Signer is holding. Snap back, ball down, kick on the way, and the kick is good. A huge answer drive left. Sutton is a deep man standing goal line right hash, and Amendola strikes it. This will be returnable. Sutton takes it center of the field at the 3, straight ahead to the 15, out to the 20, and dropped at the 23. Where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Sooners.
No big holes there. That's pretty good coverage. Now, your defense did a great job early in the 3rd quarter of getting after Baker Mayfield. Oklahoma made a terrific adjustment on that last time they had the ball after the interception in the end zone. Anderson was stopped on 1st down. Then they leaked Andrews out wide open against the zone near the OSU sideline. And the very next play, they leaked Anderson out of the backfield, and he was wide open down the sideline, got 1 good block, and was gone.
1st and 10, Oklahoma from its own 23. Anderson, the tailback from the split diamond. 2 wide right, 1 left. Cowboys with 4 down linemen here. Mayfield in the shotgun. Takes the ball, hands it off to Anderson. Up the middle, he's hit at the line of scrimmage and tackled for no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10 to Quentin Osborne. Big DQ with the stop.
Oh, he just fought off the blocker, still trying to block him as he had the ball.
Second and 10, Oklahoma. From the center of the field, its own 23, I should say. Same formation as Mayfield takes the ball, back to pass, looking right, looks back, throws it deep down the near side, and the pass is caught by Brown. 20, right sideline 10, touchdown Oklahoma. 77 yards.
They went at Rodarius Williams. And he started looking for the ball early as it was in the air.
And Marquise Brown with 9 catches for 265 yards and 2 touchdowns. A career day for him, to say the least.
The only good thing about this is there's still 11:43 remaining.
Seibert on for the extra point, trying to make it a 10-point lead again. Snap back, ball down, kick is on the way by Seibert, and it's good. Timeout, 11:43 left. John, first and goal at the 3. Rudolph intercepted in the end zone. That led to an OU touchdown. Big swing and momentum, too. Kickoff by Seibert, hits 8 yards deep in the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. You know, I was going back, John, and the Cowboys started their own 25. Went back and looked at the last 4 Oklahoma State wins over a top 9 opponent. There were several things in common. The Cowboys won the turnover battle in all those games, and in those 4 contests had no drop-dead turnovers. None. Today they have 2. It's the kind of football you have to play. You have to be clean in critical situations, typically, to win these games.
Well,
so we'll see.
The way you described it, that's the 10-point difference right now.
That's the difference.
Exactly the difference.
Well, see if you can dig yourself out of the hole here. James Washington not on the field. He is injured. 2 wide to each side. Rudolph in the shotgun. On 1st and 10, he takes the ball, fakes a handoff, back to pass, throws over the middle, caught by Stoner. Stoner to the 45 to midfield, down the center of the field, and tackled at the OU 44. That's a 31-yard gain. And a first down for Oklahoma State. Spot him down at the 45, actually, and it's a quick snap to Rudolph and a screen out to the left, caught by Stoner again, down the near sideline and shoved out of bounds at the OU 40, a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 from there. Manuel Beal made the play. Maybe turning the pinball machine back on. 2nd and 5 from the OU 40, 55-45 Oklahoma. Rudolph back to pass, throws over the middle and throws incomplete. He had Tyron Johnson open at the OU 30 and threw it wide. It'll be 3rd and 5. The Cowboys will hustle up to the line. Keenan Brown and Aitman wide left. Johnson and Stoner wide right. 3rd and 5. Rudolph goes quickly far side. Pass is caught. A diving catch made for a first down by Tyron Johnson on the out route at the OU 34, a gain of 6. Johnson now 3 catches for 99 yards. 1st and 10 from the OU 34. Rudolph gets a snap, fumbles it, picks it up. Now just throws it away deep down the right side, incomplete. Good choice. Be 2nd and 10.
Lucky that that bounced right back up into his hands.
Yeah. (55-45) Oklahoma leads with 11:02 left. Cowboys, though, have moved to the Oklahoma 34, where it's 2nd down and 10. You're tied at 38 at half. From the loaded gun, stacked to the right. Rudolph takes the ball, hands it off to Hill. Hill to the right, tries to cut, and is tackled for a loss. A 2-yard loss back at the OU 36. Devontae Lampkin made the play. It'll be 3rd and 12.
They brought a bunch of people that time. All swarming around the backfield.
Justice Hill, 28 carries for 219 yards. Now, you may have to think in terms of 4-down territory. Now, Amendola has long range, but boy, you don't want to put him In a situation where he's got to make a 53-yarder, that's about what it'd be if they get stopped right here.
Yeah.
3rd and 12 from the OU 36. 2 wide to each side. Rudolph gets the ball. 4-man rush. Steps up. Throws near side. Pass is broken up. Knocked away from Aitman. Incomplete at the 23. So now what do? You send Amendola in and try a 53-yarder, or do you go for it? Looks like they're going to go for it on 4th and 12. So a field goal would help you. It would cut the lead down to 7. So they're putting the eggs in this basket.
Well, still 10-19 to go.
4th and 12, Cowboys at the OU 36. 2 wide left, 1 right. Rudolph fields a low snap, back to pass, throws near side for Aitman, and he makes a leaping catch. Was he in bounds? He was! He made the catch at the OU 18.
I think they're going to talk about it.
Now they say incomplete. They ruled initially a catch, now they say incomplete.
I think you'll see his left foot come down on the sideline.
On the field was an incomplete pass.
And the way Aitman did not react, I think he knew.
Getting another look.
Oh no, his left toe is down.
That's a catch. I think it's a catch,
I do too.
This is under further review. So here's the situation. On a 4th and 12 play, a throw to Marcel Aitman, which was caught along the near sideline.
Yeah, that toe's down.
At the OU 18 was ruled incomplete. The gain, though, if this play were overturned, would be for 18 yards, and it would give Oklahoma State a 1st down. So as it stands now, the ball goes over on downs to Oklahoma at the Sooner 36. It's under further review, and our first thought is he got the left toe inbounds as he was making the catch. And if that's the case, it's an 18-yard gain and a Cowboy 1st down. Let's go down to Robert.
Yeah. You know what? Mike DeFee's already told Mike Gundy when it goes upstairs, it's out of his hands. But the coach didn't believe him because he was working on the back judge and the side judge over here on this side as they were walking down to join the official. Mike was working on him saying, you got that wrong. I mean, you know, I don't know if that's going to help him later on, but it made him feel good, I guess.
You know, and if you don't get this, folks, you may just have to chalk it up to really bad luck.
Yeah, bad
It
luck.
sure looks to me like he's got the catch made.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, I tell you what, the only thing that concerns me a little bit is the ball is a little bit loose. Does he have control? That's the key element we're looking at here, too. I think he probably
got his knee
does.
down, yeah. Brought it down.
It's awfully close. I don't know. It's awfully close.
Yeah,
I think he had control, but I would not tell you 100%. But I think he did.
Defender looked like he had his hand in there, too.
He did. He did.
But I think because you catch it and bring it down, to me, that's pretty good control.
So again, we have a review of a play here on a 4th and 12 from the OU 36. A throw to Marcel Aitman that was caught was ruled incomplete because Aitman was out of bounds. Would have taken the ball 18 yards to the Oklahoma 18 and given Oklahoma State a 1st down. After looking at the replay, we think there's a chance this could be overturned, and if that's the case, it's an 18-yard gain and a 1st down for Oklahoma State, converting a 4th and 12. 10-13 left to play in the 4th. Oklahoma leads 55-45 over Oklahoma State. The game may hinge on this replay. Here's Mike DeFee.
After reviewing the play, the receiver got his left foot down inbounds, maintained possession of the ball. It's a catch and a 1st down at the 18-yard line.
Oh, by the way,
Down.
that was an unbelievable catch.
Oh, my. How good has Marcel Aitman been today? He's only got, 4 or 5 catches, but 2 of them for touchdowns. That big grab, plus his downfield blocking.
So on 4th and 12, what is that, maybe about a 3 or 4% conversion rate, just guessing? They get it. The chains aren't ready, so they'll have to get those ready to go. 10-11 left.
You got to get the chain set correctly.
It's a great idea, Mike. I'm all for it, as Les Miles would say. 10-11 left in the 4th, 55-45 Oklahoma. Cowboys, after a replay review, have just converted a 4th down and 12. And a field goal would cut the lead to 7, but you're thinking touchdown here, obviously.
Sure.
Ball placed on the left hash. 2 wide right, 1 left. James Washington, the All-America wide receiver, is out of the game injured. 1st and 10. Rudolph takes the ball. Fakes a handoff. Back to pass. Fires toward the end zone. The pass is caught by Tyron Johnson. Pistols firing. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. Tyron Johnson.
Breaks inside of the defender, and he's wide open.
And another answered touchdown by Oklahoma State.
And another by Johnson.
We have this advisory. In even-numbered quarters, the scoreboard will go crazy. Please take necessary precautions.
That's 4 catches for 118 yards and 2 scores for Johnson now.
Amendola to try to cut the lead to 3. Snap back, ball down. Kick is on the way, and the kick is good. Now transfer, 4 catches for 118 and 2 fourth-quarter TDs. Amendola kicks off from right to left. A deep end-over-end kick. Sutton fields it 3 yards deep. He's coming out. Straight ahead to the 5, right side to the 10, and flipped down at the 17. That was probably not the best choice. But with Oklahoma's offense, I'm not sure how much it matters. Sooners will begin 1st and 10 at their own 17. 667 yards today for Oklahoma and 630 for Oklahoma State. Of course, at halftime, the two teams had 466 and 391 respectively.
Cowboys have been really good for the most part. Everything between the tackles and the run here in the second half, short passes, defended those okay. It's been the big plays that have killed them.
2 wide left and 1 right. Split diamond. Ramon Richards now playing corner on the far side. Rodarius Williams is out. Mayfield takes the ball. Fakes a handoff, keeping it, running left, cuts back to the middle, 25 to the 30, and punched down at the 35, a gain of 18 yards. Everybody went with the tailback, and Mayfield kept it. 18 yards and a Sooner first down.
And you know what? He's waited to do that too, Dave.
Would Oklahoma help you with a turnover? They turned it over early in the game. Mayfield was intercepted on the first series. Deep in Sooner territory. Cowboys got a field goal out of that. 1st and 10 Sooners at their own 35. 2 wide left, 1 right. Split diamond. Mayfield gets the ball, hands it off to Anderson. Off right guard, hit and stopped for no gain. First man in there was Darian Daniels, and his inside lineman buddy to Quentin Osborne helped him out. It'll be 2nd and 10. (55-52) Oklahoma leads with 8:45 left in the 4th.
This is a critical down. The next 2 obviously are. This is when you've given up big plays. Has come after you've stopped Anderson on a run.
And darkness has taken over here in north central Oklahoma. And Mayfield hands it off on 2nd and 10 to Anderson. Slips a couple of tackles in the backfield and squirts for about 3 out to the 38. Boy, Osborne had him in the backfield again, couldn't finish him. Manicki finished him off though, 3 yards up the field. It is 3rd and 7 for Oklahoma from its own 38.
But you can't let Mayfield have all day to throw it on 3rd and 7 because he's too good running it too. So you rush 4 and you cover those intermediate guys, and the safeties don't let anybody get behind them.
OU 5 of 10 on 3rd downs. 3rd and 7 Sooners from their own 38. Mayfield gets a shotgun snap. Back to pass, has time, throws far side, pass is caught, first down, out at the 47-yard line. C.D. Lamb got it.
Well, he did basically the same thing he did in the first half when we saw him kind of come in motion toward the center and then head up field and go right back out, being covered by a safety. That's where holding Anderson in the backfield becomes so huge. Maybe Lamb makes that route a little deeper past the sticks, but maybe that's an easier cover.
1st and 10 Oklahoma from its own 47. 2 wide right, 1 left. Anderson shifts over to the left of Mayfield, who's in the shotgun. Man in motion in front of Mayfield as he takes the ball. Hands it off. Anderson off right guard. Hit and dropped after a yard. Out at the 48, Chad Whitener made the stop. It'll be 2nd and 9. Clock running, 7:08, 7:07 left in the fourth. Oklahoma with the ball, leading 55-52 over Oklahoma State.
Andrews is split out wide left. He's on the inside receiver, but he is off the line.
2 wide left, 1 right. From the pistol, 2nd and 9, Oklahoma from its own 48. Cowboys show blitz, here they come, and Mayfield with a play-action pass, throws near side, and a diving catch attempt is made, and they say it is a catch at the OSU 41 by Brown. Now the two officials are conversing, and they say it's a catch. And that's 11 yards and an Oklahoma first down.
Timeout for an injury.
There's an injured player on the field. Cowboy players down. Marquise Brown with a terrific catch. Now 10 catches for 276 yards. They're going to look at this further review.
Boy, had it on his shoulder pad. Did he keep the ball up off the turf? The nose of the ball was awfully close to the turf.
It's probably a catch, John.
Yeah, I don't know how you overturn that.
Jordan Brailford, who's been pretty darn good in the Cowboy defensive line, is now coming off the field in his own power. It's really close. I think this is going to stay a catch, John. I think.
Yeah, he just traps it against his shoulder pad, and the nose of the ball gets close to the turf. But
ball may have hit the turf.
I mean, the first replay we saw, which was tighter than that, let's see if we just didn't see that the first time. Yeah, that ball hit the turf, I think.
Okay.
I think.
A review of the play going on here. 55-52 Oklahoma, 6:36 left in the fourth. Trying to decide whether Marquise Brown completed the process of making a catch for an 11-yard gain and a Sooner first down. So how do you complete the catch upright versus going to the ground? Here's Big 12 Supervisor of Officials Walt Anderson.
The biggest difference is if you're upright and you're not going to the ground, you just have to meet the elements of clear possession, and then you end up getting 1 foot on the ground, and as long as you have the ball long enough.
After reviewing the play, the pass is incomplete. 3rd down and 8.
Well, we didn't have to have Walt explain it. Replay officials were on it, so that changes everything. Instead of being a first down for Oklahoma, it's going to be 3rd and 9 for the Sooners at their own 48. 55-52, Oklahoma leads. They converted a 3rd and 7 earlier in this possession. The Boone Pickens Stadium crowd, a sellout crowd, is on its feet, trying to cheer on the defense. Rodarius Williams is back in the game at corner.
And Ramon Richards moves back to safety.
Here we go, 3rd and 9 Sooners at their own 48. Trips right, 1 man left. Mayfield out of the gun. Walks up to the line. Plenty of time on the play clock. He's talking to his offensive lineman. Now he backpedals. Anderson, the tailback, is over to his left. 3rd and 9. 3 down linemen for the Pokes. 8 will be in coverage. Mayfield gets the ball, fakes a handoff, back to pass, steps up, throws over the middle, pass is caught. The Cowboy 40 to the 30, tackled at the 26. C.D. Lamb made the grab.
Just found it in the spot, and Mayfield was able to step up in the pocket, had enough time.
25 yards. Now, John, you got to keep him out of the end zone. If you can do that, then a touchdown to still win the game for you.
Yeah.
Would Oklahoma revert to some of the errors that it's made in previous games and help you out?
Boy, Ramon Richards reacted just a split second too late when he saw where Mayfield was going with the ball.
Mayfield 603 yards passing. From the split diamond, he takes a snap, hands it off to Anderson. A hole off right guard, he hauls it for 5 down to the 22, where it'll be 2nd down and 5, and time becoming an issue now. 5:44, 5:43 clock running, time left in the fourth.
Cowboys have all 3 timeouts. Oklahoma has 2, but they also have a lead, so it's not as big a concern for them.
And Oklahoma being deliberate here. They want to take as much time off the clock as they can. Ideally for them, it take time off and get a touchdown. 3-point game as it is at 55-52 with 5:18 to go.
Can you get to Mayfield with enough pressure to force him into a mistake?
Split diamond, 2nd and 5. Mayfield hands it off to Anderson, hit in the backfield and stuff for no gain. It'll be 3rd and 5. Chad Whitener made the play. And we're down to 5 minutes left. The third down for Oklahoma on this drive. They've converted John 3rd and 7 and 3rd and 9, right?
Found Lamb for 9 yards on the 3rd and 7 and found him for 21 yards on the 3rd and 9. And he is your wide receiver to the left side, I believe.
3rd and 5.
Inside receiver.
The Cowboys jump offside. Mayfield throws it deep down the far side toward the end zone, and the pass is incomplete. We have a flag down. We could have offsetting penalties. We could have offensive pass interference. There was a collision in the end zone and a flag down when the ball was snapped. I think the Cowboys were offside. If that's offensive pass interference, they offset. Pass interference on Oklahoma, I should say. Rarely do you see offensive pass interference, but Cowboy player hit the deck.
Lamb was the target.
All right, so let's see here.
Did
flag down in the end zone, 1 at the line of scrimmage on this 3rd and 5 play. Here's Mike DeFee.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both on the defense. Offside defense, number 91. That penalty's declined. Pass interference, defense, number 8. Full 15-yard penalty be enforced. Automatic, 1st down.
The 1st and goal from the OSU 7 with 4:33 to go after the 15-yard pass interference penalty. Now you're really in a bind. And Oklahoma has converted 3 third downs on this drive. Boy, that's hand-for-hand combat there in the end zone.
They kind of pulled him as he was going down.
1st and goal from the 7. Mayfield takes the ball, hands it off. That's Sermon off right guard. Pushes a pile for a couple. Actually, they say just a yard down to the 6. Again, if you hold them to a field goal, it's a 6-point game. You can score a touchdown, kick an extra point, and win it. But that clock's running. It's down to 4:13 to go. Cowboys do have all 3 timeouts left. 2nd and goal, Oklahoma from the Cowboys 6. 55-52 Sooners lead.
Jordan Smallwood in a receiver spot for OU.
Mayfield under center now. 2nd and goal from the 6. Mayfield takes the ball, rolling out right. Looks, hit, and he's sacked! Back at the 12-yard line. That's the 5th Cowboy sack today. Calvin Bundage got him. That's another $100 for the Regional Food Bank of Oklahoma, thanks to our friends at Bob Moore Buick GMC in Oklahoma City. It'll be 3rd and goal at the 12.
Cowboys did a great job of reading Dimitri Flowers coming out of the backfield. It's one of OU's favorite plays in this situation. And he was covered up, so Mayfield couldn't go there, and that gave Bundage the extra time to get to Mayfield.
Down to 3:22 to go. 3rd and goal, Oklahoma from the Cowboy 12. You've got to get this stuff. 55-52, Oklahoma. 2 wide right, 1 left. Mayfield gets the ball.
I think did they call timeout?
I think they did. We'll take 1, 2. 3:09 to go.
Oklahoma
3rd and goal for the Cowboy 12,
half.
and we come back with the Sooners leading 55-52 over Oklahoma State.
The teams will blitz a lot once you get in this red zone.
You got to be careful with him, though.
Yeah. Watch Andrews, inside receiver on the left.
3rd and goal, Oklahoma from the Oklahoma State 12. Ball on the right hash. Sermon is the tailback to the right of Baker Mayfield. 2 wide left, 1 right. Mayfield gets the snap, back to pass, steps up, throws toward the end zone. The pass is intercepted. The Cowboys have it. Dashing down the right sideline. 30, 35, and punched down. Chad Whitener out of bounds at the 36-yard line.
The difference on that play, the Cowboys got some pressure on Mayfield right up the middle. And Whitener was just waiting for him to throw the ball. On those completions downfield, the middle of the field had been open, but this time the Cowboys bring the extra pressure up the middle, get in his face just a little bit. It wasn't as good as I thought.
Let's go down to Robert Allen.
Hey, John, you could have nailed that better. Here's the thing. The pressure came right where he wanted to throw the ball. He did not see Whitener floating across. So that was the big thing. He was blinded. He threw to a blind area for him. I was in his angle, and I saw the Cowboys coming up with the rush. What a play by the defense. What a play.
Now go where you go and do what you do. Go win this thing. 3 wide left, none right. Rudolph with the shotgun, 1st and 10. He gets the ball. He's back to pass. He steps up. He throws near side, and the pass is incomplete, intended for Tyron Johnson. He just kind of threw it out of bounds there with 2:53 to go. It'll be 2nd and 10 Cowboys at their own 35, trailing 55-52, and let's go down to Robert.
Yeah, Johnson ran a dongo, guys, down and go, and Mason couldn't get the mustard on the ball because he was on his back foot. He'd been rushed, so he just threw it in that short area in front of Johnson and the defender. But yeah, it was never going to be close.
James Washington, the All-America wide receiver, is out for the game with an ankle injury. 2 wide right, 8-man wide left, 2nd and 10. Rudolph takes the ball, fakes a handoff, throws over the middle, caught by 8-man. 8-man to midfield, and ankle tackled at the OU 46. If he breaks that tackle, he scores. It's a gain of 20 and a 1st down for Oklahoma State. The freshman corner, Trey Norwood, saved a touchdown.
Just with an ankle tackle, too. All that motion in the backfield. You had Stoner in motion coming the other way, and he faked the handoff to the right. A lot of space on that back end.
1st and 10, Cowboys at the OU 45, 2:30 to go. Cowboys down 3. Rudolph takes the ball, fakes a handoff, back to pass, fires over the middle, pass incomplete, wide of Dylan Stoner. A lot of OU shirts in there, and that's incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the Sooner 45. Cowboys have all 3 timeouts left.
Yes, you have time to run it if you want to.
And Rudolph now 26 of 46 passing for 436 yards. 55-52, Oklahoma leads with 2:24 to go. 3-man front for Oklahoma.
Play clock down to 10.
2 wide to each side. Hill to the left of Rudolph. 2nd and 10 from the Oklahoma 45. From the right hash. Rudolph takes the ball. Back to pass. Under pressure. And he's sacked by Okoronkwo back at the Cowboy 45. It'll be 3rd and 20.
I think he made a little inside move. Right inside is Zach Crabtree.
The Cowboys are going to snap it quickly on 3rd and 20 from their own 45. Rudolph takes the ball. Back to pass. Pumps. Dancing around. Throws over the middle. Pass is deflected and intercepted by Oklahoma.
And
a flag comes down, though, at the 38-yard line.
Oh, this may go the Cowboys' way.
Is this targeting, perhaps? It's intercepted by Trey Brown. We have a flag down, though, at the OU 38 where the ball originally hit Justice Hill in the hands. Can't imagine an offensive foul there, John.
No, I wouldn't think so. And you see the Cowboys, I think Tyron Johnson is pointing toward Oklahoma.
Oh, boy. Any foul down there is going to carry an automatic 1st down with it.
Yeah.
If that's a foul on Oklahoma.
And Will Johnson standing there with his hands out like what? Trying to figure out why this is being talked about.
Could this be targeting?
After the interception,
shoot.
targeting Oklahoma, number 12. That plays under further review.
That doesn't matter. Pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves. Oklahoma had the ball at their own 36, minute 56 to go. This is Cowboy football from Learfield. Now was it Dave Hunziker, John Holcomb? Now the targeting occurred while the ball was in the air. But looked to me like it happened before the interception, John.
Let's see. Well, you can't get a good look. Wow.
He led with the crown of the helmet.
Do they have possession? Is that something you can? Is that something you can determine?
Well, I don't know the answer. Let's watch. See if the ball is intercepted before the targeting occurs. Can't see it from that angle.
No, it happens before the ball is caught. It happens before the ball is caught. Now, is that something you can talk about? Is that reviewable?
Guys, I don't know the answer to that because here's the thing. They said targeting after the interception.
That's not right.
It wasn't after the interception. The ball was fluttering in the air with no possession change when the targeting occurred. And Mike Gundy, I think, is on it, saying, hey, wait a second. That targeting occurred. If it was targeting, it occurred before the change of possession.
So unless they overturn the flag.
Yeah, unless they say no targeting, then it would be nothing. He led with the crown of the helmet, though. Holy cow, would you catch a break like that? Because if it's targeting before the change of possession, that penalty carries with it an automatic first down. Remember, you were sitting on 3rd and 20 at your own 45. So here's a review. Here's a review. It's ruled an interception on the field, which actually happened, but there's been targeting flagged on Oklahoma that originally was set after the interception. We're watching the replay and think the targeting may have occurred while the ball was fluttering in the air before it was intercepted. If that's the case, I think it would carry with it a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down for Oklahoma State. I'm just not certain about all this. We'll see. Let's go down to Robert.
All right, Mike Gundy was talking to Lo Van Pham, the side judge who made the call over there. It was his call. He's the one that went to the referee, Mike DeFee, signaled targeting. Mike was talking to Lo Van Pham, saying, "Hey, look at this," and he said, he just looked at him and said, "You're right, you're right." Now he may just be trying to quiet him, but Mike immediately got on his headset. I'm sure he's talking to Mike Yurcich, and he said, "You got to play, you got to play."
There is a little bit of a question, too, as to whether targeting occurred. It looked like he went with the crown of the helmet to the side.
Oh, to the side of the helmet.
Off.
Yeah, he hit him in the side of the helmet.
Yeah, this is gonna boy. Here we are again. Minute 56 left. Minute 56 left. Minute 56 left. 55-52 Oklahoma. Again, let's tell you what's going on. On a 3rd and 20 play, pass over the middle, went through the hands of Justice Hill and was intercepted by Oklahoma, by Trey Brown. Targeting was flagged on the hit on Justice Hill just after the ball went through his hands. It was ruled that the targeting occurred after the interception, but they are reviewing the play, and it looks like the targeting may have occurred while the ball was in the air before it was intercepted.
If the review shows that it is indeed targeting, which it certainly appears that it was.
Holy moly. Let's go down to Robert.
I just want to ask, how is that not targeting? I mean, he led with the crown of the helmet. He hit the opposing player in the helmet, and he was defenseless. He was in the middle of trying to catch the ball. I mean, every definition of targeting got hit on there. Am I wrong or right? I'm just trying to ask, because I go to these clinics and I think I pay attention.
It appears that way. And I'll be honest, I've never seen a situation like this. Boy, and they are taking a lot of time with this, as they should, trying to make sure they get this right, as the game is going to hinge potentially on this review. Let's go back down to Robert.
Don Capral is a replay official upstairs. We know that for a fact. And down here, this is the back judge, Terry Jones, that's writing the notes down as Mike DeFee tells him what to write. Standing in front of me is the side judge, Lo Van Pham, veteran official in this conference. He's the one who flagged the play and made the call. We're ready.
Here we go.
Okay, here's Mike DeFee.
After reviewing the play, the ruling of targeting stands. It was the foul clearly occurred prior to the change of possession. By rule, the penalty we enforced 15 yards from the previous spot because it was a pass play. It's 1st and 10.
Oh my gosh.
Disqualified.
Oh my gosh, can you believe that? It's a 15-yard penalty on Oklahoma, and the Cowboys will have it at the Sooner 40-yard line. They just got out of a 3rd and 20, and I'll tell you what, you couldn't get a herd of 500 nuns to offer up a prayer and get anything any better answered than that.
All right, you still have options here, Dave. With a minute 56 and all 3 timeouts, you have everything in the playbook. That means you can give it to Justice Hill if you think that's the best option.
Unbelievable.
Well, they're having a long discussion with Lincoln Riley.
Hey,
I take back everything negative I've ever said about replay when it hasn't gone our way.
remember against Iowa State, Oklahoma had a 15-yard unsportsmanlike after a play that kept their touchdown drive alive and led to their loss late in the game. Unbelievable. Clock running now. 1st and 10 Cowboys at the OU 40. Rudolph in the shotgun. 2 wide left, 1 right. Takes the ball. Back to pass. Looking. Goes short over the middle. It's caught. Drug down at the 39-yard line. Keenan Brown with the grab. Down to 1:30 left. Cowboys have all 3 timeouts. Trailing 55-52. 2 wide right, 8-man wide left. Down to 1:20 left. From the loaded gun, stacked to the right. Rudolph on 2nd and 9. Takes the ball, hands it off to Hill. Hill trying to turn a corner near side, and he's shoved out of bounds after a yard at the OU 38 with 1:10 to go by Emmanuel Beal.
Well, Oklahoma defended that run pretty well. You wonder what the makeup looks like in the secondary now for Oklahoma. They've got Barnes back at 1 safety and Norwood at another.
3rd and 8. Rudolph takes the ball, play action pass, fires over the middle. The pass is overthrown, incomplete. Was tipped, intended for Dylan Stoner. So with 1:06 left, Caleb Kelly in coverage. It's 4th and 8 from the OU 38. He's converted a 4th and 12 in this quarter. Amendola has a leg for a 55-yard field goal, but I don't know if you do that here.
Yeah.
Well, here we go. 55-52, Oklahoma leads. 1:06 left in the 4th. It's 4th and 8 for Oklahoma State at the OU 38. The Cowboys will use a timeout. They'll have 2 left. Well, the game is on the line here, John, and sure like to capitalize on really being brought back from the dead on that targeting foul.
Oklahoma did a nice job on those first 2 plays, stringing out Brown, not allowing him to turn the corner, and also Hill couldn't find the edge, ran out of room. So if you're going to snap it here, don't forget about big number 3.
Yeah.
And you don't need the whole thing. You just need to get past the sticks at the 30-yard line.
Remember, James Washington was injured in the 3rd quarter and is out. Oklahoma State's receiver who leads the nation in receiving yards.
I'll tell you, Tyron Johnson has been a really nice substitute, though. 2 touchdown catches here in this quarter from that same position.
All right, 1:06 left, 4th and 8. Oklahoma State from the OU 38.
What kind of pressure does Oklahoma decide to bring here?
3 wide right, 1 left. 8-man is wide left by himself. 4th and 8. Rudolph gets the ball, back to pass, steps up, throws it deep down the far side, and the pass is overthrown, incomplete.
Well, and they want pass interference. Rudolph is wanting a flag, but it's not going to happen.
And that may secure it.
Johnson got behind the defense by about a step, but the ball is just thrown too far.
So Oklahoma had the ball with 1 minute left. And in essence, they can run out the clock. Well, you go back to those 2 drop-dead turnovers in the 3rd quarter, John. Rudolph losing a fumble at his own 10 and throwing an interception in the end zone on a 1st and goal at the 3. Handoff up the middle. Sermon out to the 45, tackled at the 46. Gain of 8. Down to 54 seconds left. Cowboys will use timeout. They've got 1 left. so you have to get him stopped here, and if they make a first down, obviously the game is over. A wild sequence on a 3rd and 20 play, about a minute and a half to go. Mason Rudolph threw a ball over the middle that went off the hands of Justice Hill, was deflected into the hands of Trey Brown for an interception for Oklahoma. Targeting was ruled to have occurred on a hit to Hill after the interception. They reviewed it and ruled that the targeting actually occurred before the ball was intercepted. So the Cowboys got out of a 3rd and 20 and an interception and had a 1st and 10 at the OU 40, but 4 downs, got only 2 yards. 2nd and 2 Oklahoma from its own 46. Mayfield hands it off. Sermon up the middle, breaks a tackle, and Sermon may go all the way. Left side, 25 to the 20, 15, 10, 5, and a touchdown. 53-yard TD run. So Mayfield is going to stay perfect as the starting quarterback on the road for Oklahoma. Seibert makes the extra point to make it 62-52 with 42 seconds left.
AAA Insurance drive summary, 62 yards, 2 plays, 18 seconds. AAA Insurance, AAA has you covered.
Boy, you had chances, John. Chad Whitener intercepts that pass on a 3rd and goal at the 12 and runs it out to about the 30-yard line and get out of that 3rd and 20 hole, get an interception wiped off. Just couldn't take advantage of it.
Yeah, once you got the ball back there at the Oklahoma 40-yard line, you went to Keenan Brown, a little shallow crossing route. Well defended, only picked up 1 yard. Then you hand it to Justice Hill going left. He tried to bounce it outside. He only picked up 1 yard. And then the incompletion, looking for Stoner in first down range. And then after the timeout, decision to throw deep, and you overthrow Tyron Johnson.
Kickoff by Seibert, bounces 5 yards deep in the end zone and bounces through for a touchback.
Desperation time now. You need a score within a couple of plays, onside kick and recover. Oklahoma uses their last timeout.
Oklahoma, 42 seconds.
Oklahoma takes his 3rd and final timeout of the half. 60 seconds.
.785 yards of offense for Oklahoma.
That's 114 total points and 1,427 yards. 1,427 yards.
Well, it's the same old story, I guess. Talked about it a lot, but so much of this game, because football is probably more of a momentum game than people would really realize, It's about managing your mistakes. You can get away with mistakes. You're going to make them. They just can't be critical errors. And that's been kind of the bugaboo of this football team the 2 times that it's been fighting with a loss. 42 seconds left here, and the Cowboys with the ball down 10. And they have a timeout left. It's like any sport, I suppose. It's all about that. Managing your biggest mistakes. Rudolph back to pass. Throws down the near side. Leaping attempt made by 8 minute falls incomplete. Let's go down to Robert for a moment.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, yeah, I mean, it's a familiar chapter that Oklahoma is going to come out of here with a win. The thing that breaks it, though, and this is something, and I know, you know, it's my fault for hosting a daily radio show, but the thing you hear was the last several years, the conservative approach that fans were upset with. You cannot consider that with the Cowboys today.
No, not at all.
This was an all-out, let's throw caution to the wind at times approach.
Well, came back to the storyline everybody was talking about. Hand off to Hill, draw play up the middle, and he gets 8 out to the 33-yard line. Baker Mayfield, 24 of 36 for 598, 5 TDs and 2 interceptions. Rudolph, 27 of 50, 437, 5 TDs, an interception, and a lost fumble. You know, I think as that'll take the clock down to 29 seconds, Cowboys use a timeout. I think if you're just being objective, Mayfield outplayed Rudolph. Now, they both had big gains, but Mayfield did not make the catastrophic errors that Mason Rudolph made, just to be honest.
And here's the deal, guys. Mayfield made his error very early.
Yes. Yep.
I mean, he made one late, too, with Whitener. But he made that error early, and the Cowboys did not take full advantage of what they got early. And then when the Cowboys made the mistakes, Oklahoma took advantage of it.
And they did hold them to a field goal when they took over to 10, which was outstanding. But the second one, they went down, 80 yards to the end zone. First and goal at the 3, down 3. That's doggone it. That's man. That's 3rd and 3. Rudolph gets the ball, back to pass. Throws wide out to the right, caught by Stoner, knocked out of bounds at the 43. 24 seconds left.
Now you're in that spot where you could take a deeper shot, even though Oklahoma is dropping all these guys back. If you're going to try to get on the board and give yourself any time for an onside kick miracle type of finish, you need to go ahead and take that shot now or the next play.
22 seconds. Rudolph throws deep down the near side, overthrown to McCleskey at the OU 30. And again, just to kind of offer some context, I don't want to just beat this in the ground, but it's the story to me. We talk about a term we've come up with called a drop-dead turnover inside your own 30 or inside the opponent's 30. And now this will be game number 9. The Cowboys already have 8 drop-dead turnovers they've committed. The last 2 years, they only had 7 through a 13-game season. Here's Rudolph throwing it deep down the far side. The pass is intercepted by Trey Brown at the 21-yard line. There's a flag down.
Holding defense, number 11. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Well, score on this play, recover the onside, score on the next play. Yeah. Score on this play in about 6 seconds.
Boy, and you're getting some breaks, John.
Yeah.
You're catching some breaks. So after the penalty, it's 1st and 10 from the OU 46. Rudolph dancing around. Throws it deep down the far side toward the end zone, and it's incomplete with 3 seconds left. Now you're going to need some help to get in the conference championship game, obviously. A lot of help. Although Oklahoma or TCU, one or the other, will join you with 2 conference losses next weekend because they play each other, and then hope you get lucky.
Yeah, we need one of them to lose again. Yeah.
Who knows? 2nd and 10. Rudolph dancing around the pocket. Throws it deep down the center of the field toward the end zone. The pass is intercepted and the game's over. 62 to 52. Oklahoma wins it. This is Cowboy football and the Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Oklahoma Bedlam series from Learfield.